This episode of the Firebirds Fan Zone is brought to you by Kyle Garman Realtor. Whether it's your forever home or that perfect desert getaway, Kyle Garman and his team at Keller Williams have the experience, integrity, and tenacity you can depend on to make the dream of home ownership come true. The Fan Zone is also brought to you by DesertDefenseLawyers.com. It's a fact that bad things happen to good people, and DesertDefenseLawyers.com is there to make it better when it does. DesertDefenseLawyers.com has been keeping good folks out of the penalty box since 2008. The Firebirds Fan Zone is all about sharing the Coachella Valley Firebirds fan experience, so if you're enjoying the show, please remember to subscribe and hit the notifications button so you never miss an episode. If you're really enjoying the show, please feel free to share it with the world. And of course, hit that like button. Okay, if you're ready, we're ready, so let's get into it. 3, 2, 1...
Firebirds goal! Scoring his 13th goal of the playoff. The captain, number 17, Max McCormick, assisted by number 19, Cameron Hughes. Welcome to the Firebirds Fan Zone with your hosts, David and Kyle.
Wow, that's pretty good. That's strong. All right, so turns out,
bud.
like every other show, it just starts.
Just
right?
happens.
It just starts out of nowhere, and this is how it goes.
Bring it on.
This is...
Bring
you
it
don't have
on.
to duck. You don't have to duck. There you go. I got you a beer.
Thank you.
It's on me.
I appreciate that.
No, it's good.
Thank you.
Listen, this is the last episode of the Firebirds Fan Zone for what is our first season.
Yeah, season
but
1.
was for the Firebirds' second season.
Yeah.
And we have a lot to talk about. It's going to be a big day. We got a lot to go through. But first, well, for first things first, do your thing, and then
Thanks,
we'll
man.
get to the good stuff.
Oh, I appreciate it. And like we do every episode, I got to thank everybody who's out there who's been supporting us, following us out at the arena. Everybody who's here today, appreciate
Yes.
that. Every guest who's been on the show, I think that's really,
Yeah.
we've met amazing people.
For
Gotta
sure.
thank the Firebirds organization for allowing us the opportunity to have all those people on. Man, it's just been, we've been blessed. We've been fortunate.
good.
I mean,
We've been good.
we're spoiled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great. So thank you guys so much.
So thank you.
Yep.
So listen, so we're starting off, first of all, we have a lot to get to today.
Oh, lots.
But we are going to begin with the very generous host who has allowed us to record at the Desert Beer Company.
Yeah.
Which I will tell you, I did not know was here.
Well,
I go to the bike store, I go to the hibachi place, and listen, you're going to be seeing a lot more of me.
Heck
so
yeah.
sorry about that.
This is great.
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank
Devin,
you.
what's your last name?
Sanchez.
Devin Sanchez is in the house, and it's his house. The owner of Desert Beer Company. Welcome.
Thank you
Thanks,
guys.
buddy.
Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for having your show here. I appreciate it a lot. It means a lot
Thank you.
to me.
This is awesome.
Now,
It's fun for
Desert,
us.
I understand, I learned when I came in, is the unofficial, the absolutely not
Like-
official, in no way affiliated whatsoever.
You guys got to capture that later on.
we're
That's
okay.
fun.
brewery of the Coachella Valley Firebirds.
Yeah.
No association whatsoever.
Yeah.
But you guys are big
But
fans.
man, you guys are big fans.
So the idea, the joke behind that is essentially I was a season ticket holder. It wasn't because I had to step away from that, but financial reasons and just other things with my family, I had to kind of disavow that in a sense. But I've always been a big fan. I've always been around. I go to games all year round as much as I can, especially even with my daughter. She loves Fuego. And she's 3 years old, so that's the best
that's
part too.
awesome.
So, but yeah, it's more of to me it was the idea that that we were just kind of claiming the essence of I couldn't be like officially like part of the crew because of the the esteem to be a part of the team itself and part of like the actual arena.
Yep.
But one day I'd like to be on draft there if I can, especially during like
Love it.
especially in like VIP sense and stuff like that, because we are a very small brewery. I only make so much beer.
well,
so
tell us, how'd you get started? What's your story?
Yeah.
So I started this brewery in 2019, July 12th. So we're coming up on the anniversary of the brewery in
Congratulations.
about a week or so.
What's the math on that? 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good
So
job.
we're
Good
coming in on 5 years, guys. So but we don't do a big celebration during the summer because it's a very hot place and time. to do that. So we're gonna wait. We always wait a little bit till the season to hit, so that we can actually hang out and enjoy it in a better setting.
So what do you got planned for coming up then? And when can these guys expect that to happen? Is there a soft date that we can promote, or are you not there yet? Yeah.
We always do that generally around October.
Cool.
It almost coincides with Oktoberfest in a sense. We have a few festivals that kind of coincide at the same time around October, November, and so we shift the date around to make sure that we have enough support.
Okay.
And the reason why is because there's other breweries in the valley, and because of that, they'll choose a date. And I want to make sure that I choose it on a date that's not like falls in line with that.
You guys kind of cooperate.
Well, because
each other.
no, I'm like I have a very connective source with all the breweries around here. I've been a very big friend of any of them because I started here. I'm from here. I started the brewery during just before COVID, but honestly, we've always worked together in exchanging things, almost like a friend or a neighbor needs something, you were there to help them.
I love that.
So I've always been that way.
Brewery
even since,
community. I love that.
yeah. So it's about like, hey, can I borrow some grain? Sure, I'll trade you, or things like that with hops. So the idea is that that I want to make sure that we don't step on any toes for the time.
Well, it's a tight-knit community, right? Like, and so where I come from, up in Washington, breweries are everywhere.
All right, was it 6 minutes?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a new record of mentioning he's from Washington.
100%.
Yeah.
So as we drop that, where I come from, up in the Northwest, they are known for a lot of beer and breweries.
Yes, of course.
So let me ask you this. What makes you different than other breweries around here? What's your staple? What's your niche?
So what I tell people, the best way to describe it is, I've always liked the idea of having a beer for everyone. It does have its drawbacks in terms of like, hey, how much can you offer? But we do actually have the biggest selection of any local brewery on draft, made in-house. So we have 20 to 21 beers on draft.
Okay.
We also offer seltzers as well, like hard seltzers that we make. And we also offer other people's local options, this is a mocktail that actually is a really cool mocktail that's from a friend.
Yeah, it's
she
great.
came in, she said, hey, I'm actually starting this, she started like 2 months ago, and one of the biggest vendors that she has now is going into Albertsons actually. So I wanted to be on that front end of having that. We have Tutu's tortilla chips, which has been around for, I think,
we're gonna try those
6-7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We met the vendor actually right.
They just walked in. I know they just dropped in because we needed another batch. So we have normally they do two different styles.
Yeah, grab it,
crack it open.
Yeah,
they do a regular and a hot. So and then they do like during season or during like cooler times, like we call a holiday season. They do like which is basically basically they do cinnamon version. So it tastes,
all right.
But these are the two that they do year round.
It's gluten free.
Well, there's corn.
It's corn.
Yeah, it's corn.
Well, my wife,
But they do it on
you know what I
purpose,
mean?
so they
You know
make
what
sure
I'm
that
saying?
you know.
I see the sticker. You guys
No,
put
but
it
it's
out
good.
there. It's great.
They've been. This is them though. This is their business.
Okay.
They've been around since 2017, so they're 7 years old. In that regard. So
and you also have food vendors that'll come in because I ran into TJ.
Oh, yeah.
TJ's out there making.
TJ is making tacos.
You guys got to
and
get
stuff.
out there and get the tacos. They sound amazing. Yeah.
All right,
talk to him for a minute.
Let's talk more chip trying.
You're right.
So we're gonna get we're gonna get back into it, guys. We have we have 20 beers. We have 20 beers on draft.
Okay.
The reason why I set myself apart is because honestly, what we do is we try to have something for everyone. Not even just that. Like we incorporate certain flavors that are very important, I think, for the area. I did that since day one. So Mexican candy is probably one of the most popular, and it's
Do
a kettle.
you make all those?
It's a
There's
kettle
like 20
sour.
of them up there.
All of them. All made in-house. The Mexican candy is probably one of the most popular. It's one of the most popular, but it's also one of the most unique.
Really?
In that we use watermelon, mango, and tamarind in that, and what it does is it tastes literally like an actual candy, like a Mexican
And this
candy.
is a beer.
Yeah, it tastes
Love it.
But it's like
Wow.
everyone associates it. Everyone associates it to the Mexican candy shot. It doesn't taste like the Mexican candy shot.
I
It
believe
tastes different. It tastes more rich and there's flavorful.
I love the names.
so-
the names are clever.
Moss
Yeah.
Isley.
Most
That's
likely,
really good.
Yeah.
Who's the Star Wars fan?
So I am, I am.
okay.
But we did a whole thing. We're actually going to bring out another set of T-shirts, and we're going to make the beer again.
Okay.
It is a basically an IPA But it's incorporated during when we did May the 4th. So May the 4th we did that.
I love it.
It was on a Saturday, so we released that and had a T-shirt release as well.
That's great.
So yeah, but we do everything. I have light beers, guys. I have light beers. I have sours. I got IPAs, darks, everything. Pretty much.
When can they come see you? If someone happens to be watching this and they decide, you know what, I could go for a beer. When can they come? What's your hours?
Yeah. So we're open every day. We're open every day except for Monday during the summer, guys, and then during the season we're open 7 days a week. And the reason why that is because it's so hot in here. We can actually brew on a Monday while I have my downtime. I can brew so that people don't get like flustered and hot. So, but yeah, we bring that back around October-ish, like in a sense, November. We start opening back up on Mondays. So.
Well, I tell you what. Thanks again for having us.
Yeah,
seriously.
thank you very much.
So here's what I think maybe we do. I know the season starts around October-ish. Maybe for your celebration, we pop by again, and maybe we
can we? Yeah, we
do it all over
I would
again.
love that. That'd be awesome, guys.
Well, I appreciate you, man. Seriously, this is great.
And we do, guys. We do root beer. We do a handmade root beer. So
really?
For kids, for people that don't drink alcohol, I have that option.
That's my daughter. So she's shaking her head. So maybe we'll have to get a sampler to table too.
I will.
All right.
So yeah,
that'd be great.
But she's also 21. You can have regular beer too.
Yeah,
but that's okay. But root beer is awesome, and I think it's like we always jumped into different sodas as well. But it's definitely something on the back end because we make beer first. So
well, I tell you what, man. I mean, you're onto something great. This is a great place. It's a
great, cool little place.
It is, and I hope that we see more of you.
Thank you.
It's gonna be exciting.
We try to make it like a neighborhood place. So I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for having me, and thank you for putting your show on today for this. So.
Devin Sanchez, thank you. Appreciate you very much. And next up, Jason Hernandez.
Let's go, Jason.
I'm going to make you meet a chip. All right, let's introduce him properly, man. We got the voice of Acrisure Arena has driven all the way out from Anaheim just to be with us on our final Firebirds Fan Zone final season. I don't even know what it's called.
Firebirds
Fan Zone
season 1.
I will pretend I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Firebirds first goal or first Firebirds goal. Final Firebirds Fan Zone podcast.
Wow. Whoa. Whatever. That was a lot of words. Anyway, Jason, so glad. We have a lot to talk about. Now, first, you tried some of these 2-2 chips.
Those are pretty legit.
And I saw the vendor came in, and I'm like, hey, do you have any salsa? Because you don't need it. I'm like,
he's right.
You don't need salsa with these. These are standalone amazing.
So what I want to touch on, since now he can't talk because his mouth is full.
All right, let's go.
Thanks for coming back. So for those of you who've been following the show, Jason was our very first guest.
Woo!
He came on episode 1, and it was
magical. so bad we couldn't video it.
The video was bad, but the interview was amazing. Your insight to what happened last season was phenomenal. Obviously, we got to learn that you're a swing dancer. We learned that
swing dancer.
We love that. We learned that you're into big game shows.
Not from me, from someone else.
Well, it doesn't matter. But also,
thanks, Kyle.
Kyle, Sarah, your journey into the Acrisure, how you got with us. So we thought it's proper that you show up to bookend our season, and also let's touch on what we've seen this season, what we're getting into for next season, and everything in between. So
let's do that.
You were on ice level, man. So tell us about season 2.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Season 2?
Yeah.
It's about as good as season 1, baby. That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I mean, kind of a slow start. I mean, there's always that little slow start when you're coming off of a long playoff run. I mean, think about it. Last season, Game 3, Game 5, Game 5, Game 6, Game 7. Do the math. That is
a lot of
26 playoff games. That's like an extra third of the season.
That's a ton.
There was a lot of playoff
27 because one of them went to triple overtime.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, the midnight game, you mean?
Yep, a little bit.
Where I was like, all right, good morning, everyone. I was feeling it that night.
Well, you had to call 2 games, and that's a lot of energy. People don't realize how much it really takes to do that.
Yeah, thank God that was a churro night.
So what was different for you? Because we have put season 1 in the box.
Yep.
Now we're about to put season 2 in the box. What was different for you, though, now that we can look back on it?
For me personally or for the team?
Well, for you first and then the team.
For me personally, a bit more confidence to get that first season under my belt, and I felt like I really had found my voice. That was one of the best pieces of advice I got from other announcers was find your voice, make everything your own, and really just drive the fans. And I feel like I did that more in season 2.
I agree.
And I know
I agree.
I've heard you say that. I've heard you say that.
I agree.
I've heard a plethora of fans say that.
Yep.
Is we kind of feel your emotion
Yes.
on certain parts of the game. Like, yes, some goals are bigger than others, and some goal calls are bigger than others, but it's part of the game.
Yeah.
Some goals are meant to have that gravitas, especially if it's a
Gravitas,
comeback.
that's a good word.
A comeback goal or an elite overtime goal or just an important goal with a few minutes left that gives them the win. Yeah, some goals are measured greater than others.
Agreed.
Well, let me ask. We got some Firebirds fans here with us today. Did Jason make you feel it? Did he bring it? Okay. So there's your validation right
legit.
there.
Yeah, it's pretty legit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, what was different from your perspective for the team?
Yeah.
Unexpected, expected?
I mean, obviously we're a little younger, but
A little bit. Actually, I expected them to go far. I did. Because pretty much most of the roster had come back.
yes.
And there was that press conference before the season started where Disco said, it's revenge time. Like, we have, in his words, unfinished business.
Yep. And he was right.
And his goal was to get back to the College Cup finals and win a championship.
Okay, so how did the team look in comparison? Obviously, the defense looked a little different. We saw that. Took a minute to find our legs there, I think, and we probably still weren't quite as physical. Is that something that, I've heard? And
Yeah. I mean, it was a slow start. It took a while to gel everyone together because there was a lot of young guys that had not played last season. All of a sudden, you have Tucker Robertson coming in. You have Shane Wright, who is
He did okay.
yeah, he did all right.
He did
was
all right,
all right.
yeah.
He was fully healthy.
Yeah.
You had Riker Evans begin the season. He was up with the Seattle Kraken for a number of games this
we didn't
season.
see him
Most of the
much.
season, right? Yeah.
exactly.
More than half the season,
Yep.
we did not see Riker Evans.
Yep.
So having him out was kind of a minus. And it just took a long time for those guys to gel because it was kind of a slow start for the team in
I
general.
agree. And,
But was it? Wait, sorry. Was
No,
it
it's okay.
really though? Because
Well,
it turns out, like stat for stat, it was almost the same as the first year.
Well, I actually want to start before the season even started because I just want to kind of get this out there before I forget talking about it. I do cover the Ducks, and getting to do the Ducks-Coyotes game and call
yeah.
that game was a dream come true.
yeah,
Nice.
that's right. The pro game.
Getting to say Anaheim Ducks goal for one of my favorite players, Troy Terry, by the way, scoring that one. So that was fun.
Good for you.
We were supposed to have 2 preseason games.
Yeah.
They were supposed to have more time to prepare. Y'all remember what happened that first preseason game?
Yep.
Remember that?
Sure do.
Yep.
Where
The lights went out.
The lights went out, and I thought that was part of that. No. The lights went out, and my mic wasn't working. Nothing was working. So the Firebirds did lose a whole game of training
true.
camp. They lost a
Yeah.
game where they could have prepared. I think we kind of forgot about that because it was so long ago.
Agreed.
I actually, until you just
I
mentioned
know.
it, I
You
totally forgot about it.
too.
Yeah.
I remember running
Yeah.
back down to the ice when the lights came back on.
Yep.
I remember yelling at you.
You were the
because
last
you and
one
I
out
were
there,
the
yeah.
only ones left, and I
Yeah.
said, "Bring them back out." And you're like, "Go home, Kyle. It's
I'm like,
over.
"Go home."
They're
It's
already
over. I want to
showered
go. We're
in
done."
their cars.
So I wasn't done, but the guys were done. So
Yeah, they
you're
were
right.
done.
We missed a whole game. You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So because of that, I felt like it was kind of off to a slow start. And then there was that bit of a hangover from the banner ceremony,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
from the hoopla from start. And it wasn't just Coachella Valley. Like, almost every team in the AHL lost their home opener.
Oh,
Like,
I didn't know that.
kind of weird this season.
Okay.
But
But we lost more home games, though, in the beginning. Like the first 3
Yeah.
months, we lost more home games, and we're just winning on the road. I mean, you're around the guys. What happened there? How did that happen?
It happens. It's slow starts happen. Look, every team goes through a lull in a long season. In a 72-game season,
Mm-hmm.
every team goes through that part of the season where there's a lull. Like, you cannot win every single game.
That's fair.
You cannot
Yep.
win
You
16,
can want to.
you cannot win 16, 17, 18, 19 games in a row every season. I'll give an example.
Yeah.
The Milwaukee Admirals had a 19-game winning streak. That's when they peaked.
Okay.
And then what happened later on, they barely got through those couple of rounds in the Central Division,
Yep.
lost to the Firebirds.
Yep.
Their slow start and their bad time was towards the end. The Firebirds' lull was towards the beginning of the season.
That's true, and that's
Which
when
if you
want to
gotta have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And I actually liked the fact that we were winning on the road ahead of time because I knew we were going to figure it out at home. Like eventually that was going to click. It's winning on the road; it's harder. So I thought the fact that they'd started the season winning on the road, I was really okay with that. I figured they'd pick it up and do exactly what they did and start piling those wins at home.
And that's why I never felt any panic.
No, I didn't either.
They were winning games on the road, and they were competitive towards the start. That's why I wasn't worried.
Did you notice, and I might just be imagining or misremembering, but did you notice that the fans also seem to have a slow start to the season? I have no explanation and no theories on it, but did you notice that as well?
Of course I noticed that.
Yeah.
I was trying to up the energy in the crowd. I was trying really hard.
You've been
those
around a
first
minute.
few
Why do you
games.
think that was?
I mean, you've interviewed a plethora of guests on this podcast.
Yes.
And, you know.
Well, it's a show now,
show
not a
now.
podcast.
Yeah,
it's
no
a
more
show.
podcast.
It's a
yeah.
show
That's okay.
now.
Yeah, it's a
I
show.
mean, look where we're at.
Yeah.
It's a show now.
It's a show.
Yeah.
It is not the little conference room that we
Oh,
did in episode
gosh.
1.
That's so great.
But
But
Yeah,
we've
there was-
interviewed a ton of people.
yeah, and there was a lot of changes.
Yeah.
And I'll even shout out Ron, who's
Yes.
Yeah.
amazing, by the way,
Yeah.
And-
The new producer.
and really saved us this season.
Yeah, Ron, great job, by the way. So that's a
Yeah,
shout out
sure.
to
Great-
you.
great job.
Great fit, great production, great everything. Picked it up, but it was a slow start.
Yeah.
Well,
it was-
he
and-
wasn't
it
around
was a
at
slow
first.
start. Yeah,
he
yeah.
wasn't around at first.
That's true.
And it wasn't.
But I don't think.
It
I
was
don't mean.
October when he showed up.
Yeah, I don't mean like slow production wise. I mean us. We.
All of us.
The fans were
Yeah.
just. Maybe we didn't know how to be second season fans. I don't know. It's
But
all brand new.
Once everything gelled
I agree.
with Ron, and once we had Ben down as our DJ, because we went through a ton of DJs this
Oh
season.
yeah.
Yep.
So
Love that guy.
it was very.
So it was everything.
So it was kind of uneven. So it was stuff on the ice, like it was everything. So I could feel the energy just to be a little bit uneven. And once everything got flushed out,
Yeah.
and also once the team began gelling, it happened to be around the same time.
I agree.
The young guys that came in this season, and we had a few rookies this season.
Who were the stands out for you?
Who stands out?
Yeah, the rookies that stood out. to you
Yeah,
this-
new crew.
That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
good question. I'm
eating
wow.
a chip while you answer
That's
that.
why I have the mic.
That's a tough question.
I know.
Kyle. That's
I
a
know.
tough
Well,
one.
you know, you're a smart guy. You've seen a lot of hockey.
I have. I
So,
saw a lot of hockey this season.
I know.
Actually,
Don't be afraid to who stood out.
I got one in my mind, but I want to hear what you say
I
first.
got Shane right in my mind right now, just because we never
He's not,
because we never got a full season with him last year.
but he's not. Okay.
Yeah, no,
but the anticipation, the expectation, he put in the off season. He came in ready. He came in healthy.
Yeah.
You got to subtract him from. He's had ice time.
Yeah.
All right, then also
And playoff time last season. So I want a guy, a rookie.
yeah, full rookie.
Come on now.
Jacob Melanson.
Good call.
It's good- it's a
That's
good
a good
one.
one. That's a solid pickup there.
That's when he came in, played hard, hit hard.
What do you got?
Ryan Winterton, without a
Win-
doubt. This
Wintz
kid
was good.
came in
I agree.
and just fucking dominated.
Yeah.
He did.
Right?
He came
and
to
in the
play.
what is it? 7 goals in the playoffs? Has a rookie ever done that?
Not often.
Yeah, if they have, I have no idea. I don't know, but
So the reason I say Melanson is because even as like a youngster, he was not afraid to get to the dirty areas.
Agreed.
He
Yeah,
was,
no.
He
Yep.
was so fearless at times.
Yep.
And he would go after some of the bigger boys on the other side and kind of mix it up. And you need that. You need that to fire up your boys. You need that kind of energy.
Yeah, you're right.
and he always had something on his face was broken.
Oh, he did.
A
that's
bruise
like
or a
Connor.
scar. So, yeah, like, just like Connor
Connor's-
Carrick, those two guys.
Oh man.
yeah,
they're in the middle of it every
it's,
time.
It's game time.
Yeah.
It
game
is.
time. What about you?
I'm going to steal your answer. I don't
Right,
think.
yeah.
But because we saw him during that one preseason game, the one
Yeah.
game that we
The
had,
one.
and he actually stood out. We both were like,
Yep.
"Watch this kid. This kid's going to do something." And it's
Yep.
not like we're talent scouts, but he just shined above
Yeah.
everybody else. That you're like, yeah,
Skates hard,
that kid's
plays
going to do
hard.
something different. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's my answer.
Always one of the last off during warm-ups, which is the only time we get to see them not during a game.
Yep.
Which Matt tells us is not any criteria to judge by, but he's fun to watch, and I'm glad. I believe we have him at least for another year.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. They'll
Okay.
groom it well. I want to hear. We're going to talk
I know.
about that in a
Let's-
second.
let's
'cause
get
you got
ready to move this train
You got
forward,
some tea
'cause
for us. We want to talk about.
We got lots
but,
of stuff to talk about.
I think so. Moment of the season that stood out for you.
Yeah.
If you have, I don't know that I have one, but did you have one?
I have like 5. I have so many. Dia de los Muertos night.
That's a good one.
That was a good one.
That was one of my favorite
By
nights.
the way, shout out.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite nights of the entire season.
Bilingual calling the game.
Bilingual call. Okay.
And that was funny. Oh, go ahead. I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
No, I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
So that was Ron's first night. So there was a lot of like uncertainty. Like, how should I do this? Should I even
Nice.
Like there was a little bit of
thank you.
uncertainty.
Cool. Appreciate you.
And oh my god.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, we're going to interrupt real quick.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get to my answer first. Oh, that's yours. Okay.
There we go. I was being nice. Thanks, guys.
So I thought I did all right.
You did great.
Oh no, you
You
did.
did great.
I thought I was fine.
You did great. Did
I
you
just-
practice?
No, no, I didn't.
My-
I should have.
My memory of that, the one thing that stands out for me is that night is period 1. 1 minute remaining in the first period. Thank you. Second period. Un minuto. Without any
missing a
preparation.
beat.
Everyone said
Gracias.
gracias.
I'm
And
like,
I absolutely loved that.
I'm like, damn.
Did that,
Yeah.
hit, that hit differently for
Yeah.
you?
Like this is a good fan base.
Well, I remember Mama Bird's in the house. She's back there, but
Mama Bird.
She's deeply engaged in
she-
conversation over there.
She was, really in the first season when you're like, you know what? Jason wants us to get that thank you in after the calling out of the first period. 1 minute left. And so, it's amazing to watch how far it's come.
yeah,
Is
'cause
it that loud in your little
a
box?
few fans were doing it, and then a few more fans, and then Mama Bird, I guess, told people like, we got to get
This
more
is
people.
what we got to do.
And by second season, we were about as loud doing that as almost any other arena.
I agree. Yeah, we've got to
So,
figure it out.
In
And
the,
there
in
was
the
a
games
couple
that I
that-
had to watch on TV, you can absolutely hear it
Oh, yeah.
on TV.
All right, so Dave got into this already, but TJ out front
Oh my God.
has been making tacos and quesadillas.
and burritos.
So, in honor of TJ, and we're gonna post.
Oh, was I supposed to wait? Was I impolite?
No, you're
just now?
fine, dude.
Oh no, we're gonna
we're
gonna do
talking.
a cheers of quesadillas here, I guess.
Hell yeah!
So yeah.
Cheers, man. Oh,
yeah, all right.
this a little weird, but
It's only weird if you look each other in the eye.
that's no eye contact. That's so good.
That's really good. This is gonna be the spot.
Oh, but anyway,
This is the new spot.
the reason that was a moment, that was the start of the El Capitan call. Because Max had a big game that day.
Yeah, you did.
He did. And I kind of said to Ron, like, can I say El Capitan? Like, can I do this?
You had to
Why-
ask.
Why would you have to ask?
Because I'm so used to saying, like, the captain. I was used to saying that. And I kind of figured he'd say, okay. But he was like, you know what? It's a blowout. Why not?
Why
So I-
not?
So I started doing El Capitan for the goal calls and 3 stars. And it's Dia de los
was
Muertos
good.
night. So
Oh, yeah.
it was really cool.
So what was
And then
another-
you just kept
and
doing it the whole rest of the season,
good.
It stuck. It really stuck.
which
And
I
it-
love. I think it's great.
And it culminated in that hat trick in the finals.
Oh yeah.
So now it is the legend of El Capitan.
So can we get shirts made then maybe El Capitan and then
you know,
Yeah,
another,
I know a
another,
shirt guy.
another local business. I guess we can shout her out. Tiffany's Sweet Spot.
yeah.
She made El Capitan cookies.
Oh, real good.
Yeah, I was like, this is cool.
What was your other favorite moment when you were this year?
This season.
Yeah, because that's a good one.
Okay, so this truly, I think, is when the season turned around, in my opinion, was Kids Day. And I'll tell you why. Because we had lost a couple of games before that, and we were kind of like on a bad run. And Kids Day felt like just a culmination of everything we had done in the background, everything the team was working towards. And can I give a shout out to like the whole team, but like
Anyone
the whole,
you want.
Yeah.
the whole background of the team, because that game was such a team effort. It was, it was Ron, it was the promo crew, it was everyone we had on, and I think people tend to forget like it takes a village. Like I'm just a small part of this.
Shout out to Tim.
Yeah. Oh
Like-
yeah.
like
all
Tim-
everyone.
Yeah.
Tim did fantastic.
Yeah.
He had a kid with him.
Yeah, it was great.
Like TV.
Little Fuego was
Oh,
out.
that's
Little
right. I
Fuego,
remember the
Fuego
little
running
video.
Fuego.
Oh, those were so fun.
That was so
Yeah.
fun. And then having the 3 different junior PA announcers in the booth.
That was great.
Every single one of them got to call a Firebirds goal.
I love
call.
that.
That's
All
amazing.
And where did you get? I mean, not
Yeah,
for
how did they get on
Who
there?
who were those kids?
They were lucky kids. No, they were really cool.
Okay.
Lucas, who I thought did the best job and got the highest response, he got 3 goal calls. He was the youngest one. He got 3 goal calls
were good
in
in
the
there.
second period.
Did they have to audition?
They practiced. So
Okay,
I
good. Okay.
actually did practice with them.
All right.
And
Because they seem polished.
Lucas was just the cutest. He was
Shout out, Lucas. Good job, buddy.
Like, it was such
And all you guys.
such a great moment.
That's awesome.
And it felt after that second period, I was like, the crowd is back, the team is back. It just felt like everything came together.
And we started winning more after that, I think. That's kind of like you said.
I wore the
turnaround.
same red jacket for 11 games in a row after that.
Good job.
Because I am
Good job.
me, because I see Tom shaking his head back there. Tom,
There he is.
I know you're shaking your head back there. I had that same jacket on for 11 consecutive home games after the kids' day because they weren't losing. And it started to become like a superstition. Like, all right, I'm going to wear the same jacket till they lose.
Very superstitious sport.
And it was the same one. Oh, my God.
But we were winning. We were getting back to our Firebird ways. Going in now, we did something different this season than we did last season. We went into the playoffs with the bye. Then we had the sweeps. I mean, what was this playoff? How did it feel for you? You're with the players. What are this one compared to the other one? I know there was more games. That's the obvious. That's the low-hanging fruit. But is there something else that you just kind of felt was different?
More relaxed.
The guys felt more relaxed?
A little bit more at ease and a little bit more loose.
Okay.
Yes, there was that first game loss in Calgary, but that was rust.
I think it was rust.
That was rust.
Yeah. I mean,
For sure.
And even the first half of game 2 was a bit of rust. Then they came back in that game, and then you had that overtime game winner, which
That's awesome.
if any Calgary fans are watching this,
Uh-oh.
I know the shade. I saw the shade.
Oh.
It was a perfectly legal play. It was fine.
So what was said? What is being
Yeah.
What is being said out there? For those who don't know, because there's some folks in this room that don't quite know what.
They were claiming that there was too many men, and they were claiming that it was offside.
Oh wow! Now we did that last year, I think, with Colorado or somebody. No, it was actually Hershey. They had too many guys on night, which they did. But okay, fine. That happens in hockey. If it happened, if it didn't happen. But you're saying didn't happen.
It was fine.
It was legal.
It was
fine.
That's fine. Hey, look, judging by watching Calgary home games on TV, there couldn't be that many people that were upset about it because we go to those games.
Yeah,
Right.
but
What
was,
I said it.
was
Now what?
It
Now
was
what?
a good win. It
was a good win.
a good win.
It felt good to get it out of the way.
And then you had those 2 games, those 2 wins at home, and then you think it didn't go 5 this time.
Right.
Thank God.
Right.
But there was something different after that Calgary series. They had
agree.
more confidence.
I agree.
They just had more gusto in their step.
It seemed like they were more about the business this year. The way I kept kind of word picturing it was season 1, they're on this bucking bronco that is just out to shoot. They're holding on for dear life.
right?
They're just all over the place. But this season, it felt like we were more in control of what's going on, and we just would go out and execute,
I'll
take
let
care
you
of
talk
business.
while I eat.
You go right ahead.
And trying new things and experimenting.
And I think our lines started to gel right at the right time. I think
Yeah.
that was the other thing I was starting to see was there wasn't a weakness. Yeah, we got Riker back. We even had 3 players that were up there. I can't name them all right now in the moment, but once you're done chewing, I'm sure you can. But we had 3 that were playing up in Seattle for quite some time. Then we finally get them back. So it just kind of really felt like all of a sudden our lines are clicking. We're taking care of business. There was no weakness, and it was just I don't know.
We had Wright up for those last few games.
Yep.
We had Winterton up for those last few games.
There you go.
So that's the main 2 who was up.
Yep.
With the Kraken.
I agree.
Along with Riker Evans.
So there you go. So there was a lot of talent that was missing, and yet we still were winning games. And, I mean, killing them. So I agree with you. There was that sense of taking care of business.
Yes. So now that we got to, rip the Band-Aid off and talk about the hard part is they did all of these things, and they fought, and they kicked, and they screamed, and they scored, and they did the job. Right?
They did.
Some nights a little bit better than others. Some nights a little not better than others.
You know who they did a good job against? Ontario.
Yes.
Can we talk about that Ontario
Please.
series?
Let's go.
Please. All right, first off, all y'all that are here,
Yeah.
did we have a lot of fans go out to Ontario?
We had
for that?
that was
1,100 fans at that at least one of
1,100.
the Ontario
1,100
games.
1,100.
So
Yeah.
the 2 games in Coachella Valley,
It's incredible.
there was some back and forth between the Firebirds fans and the few Reign fans that did come. But those games felt in control.
I agree.
Except for that one game where Hayden Hodgson got the hit on Shane Wright. he did get suspended. He's still suspended,
Oh,
by
yeah,
the way.
that's right.
Yeah,
He's suspended to next season.
First game of next season.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was
Yeah.
malicious.
Yep.
It was
Good.
But
Took
the
him out for a little while.
The Firebirds fought back in that
yeah,
series.
They did. Yeah,
Yeah.
they did.
And that game 3,
Here we go.
there was a lot of back and forth.
Oh, man.
And you could hear the energy. Go, Rain, go. Let's go, Firebirds.
Yeah.
Go, Rain, go. And it was
I've never heard anything like that in
an
an opposing
yeah,
arena.
and it
Yeah.
was crescendoing.
Yeah.
In the second period, in the third period, I heard you guys.
Yeah.
I heard you guys cheering from
Yeah.
way up.
Oh, yeah.
way
Yeah.
up there.
And
It was
I-
electric.
we felt like we were at home a little bit.
We did, and when the game was over, and we were in the concourse till security kicked us out.
Heck yeah.
And I must say that the Ontario fans that we encountered
They're awesome.
were they were supportive, they were classy, they were congratulatory, they were really cool.
They're
They
awesome.
were.
And so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope that is the birth of a fun, highway rivalry that
Yeah.
we get to enjoy throughout the year.
Good point.
Oh, I hope so, too.
And
Such a
and
great point.
I really enjoy them now. The drinks at Ontario Arena are even more expensive than Acrisure, but
Those drinks
Yeah.
are
Did you
pricey.
stop?
but other than that, no, it was really. I think that, and for me, you know how I am about
Yep.
community and fans.
No,
and all that.
I agree.
love that.
Yeah.
That might have been my favorite part. Is that as they were walking out there, hey, go get those bears, go get those bears. They
Yeah.
might have thrown an expletive in there, but go get those bears.
You know who told me a lot? Go get those effing Bears. The Milwaukee fans,
Ooh.
big time.
I'm sure.
Really?
I'll tell you why. So first
Because
two
they
games,
stole Jimmy Huntington.
that too. So first 2 games we beat Milwaukee at home, 2-0. Go on the road, everything looks fine. Game 3, that was a beat. Like
Yeah. Oh, it was
that,
embarrassing.
That was a beat down.
Yep.
To have the first goal in game 2 in the first under 30 seconds. Game 3 took just over 30 seconds, so they were a little bit slow on that one. I'm only kidding, of course. I'm kidding, guys.
They were tired.
Yeah, so they scored after 31 seconds. And, of course, I'm cheering the boys on because I'm there. I got to visit my sister, by the way.
Oh,
Nice.
that's awesome.
My sister lives out in Wisconsin. And I know that some folks, I think Ron was like, you could, tune in or, you can, be on your phone. Like, no, I just kind of want to watch and enjoy the game. I was yelling like a fan in Game 3.
course
I
you
was.
were.
How can you not?
It was
How can
amazing.
you not?
Yeah, it was a good
And-
series.
And there was not a moment where I actually went Firebirds goal for one of the goals. I swear, all the fans around me were like, "Oh,
Oh, you're him.
Oh, you're
You're
one of
him.
those guys.
So you
yeah.
do have a following, by the way. My wife was telling me because she likes to stalk everybody. She's a very high personality where she's just going to get into all the data and then who knows who. She says that you've got a heck of a following. Like you've got a fan base
Aw.
that people have just clung to you. They follow you on social media and you're recognizable. You said you were in Vegas and people are like, "Oh yeah, we know who you are. We've
Yeah.
seen you." So you now have become.
Do you have
part of
is
the
there a
face of
Facebook
boys.
group for him?
It's pretty
Ah,
awesome.
no,
Someone
no,
should
no.
start a Jason
No,
Hernandez
Jason
no.
Facebook
Hernandez
group.
Facebook group.
no." We don't have to do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
No.
It'd be great.
Um,
But no, it's true. You've really come into your own with the Firebirds, and you've got this following now, which is awesome, as you should. I can't imagine anybody else calling that game. Number one, I mean, you've been in that arena for 2 years now, and it only makes sense. So this is where you have to be from. Well, ever. I don't care if they call you up. I don't care whatever happens.
Yeah, see,
you're
this
us.
is the
Sorry,
part where
bro.
I gotta be the buzzkill
No,
guy.
I know you do. But
Because we are, and as we're gonna start talking about now,
yeah.
we are Foster fans, right? Everybody that we come to know and love, from the players to the arena staff to you to Evan to everybody, is on your way up to the NHL. You're on your way somewhere, and this year more than ever.
We lost.
I was thinking to myself, last year was sad and prideful and happy and whatever. It was all those emotions because we didn't have any experience. We didn't know how to experience or feel those feelings.
Right.
But now we do.
Yep.
And now, unlike last year, we've learned the hard way this week that we are just Foster fans. And the guys that we come to know and love are not necessarily going to be here. So we have to love, love who we got while we got them, because we're not going to keep them.
No, but
that includes you, Ding Dong. That means we're not going to we're going to have to enjoy you while we can, because we're not going to have you forever.
yeah.
oh my gosh.
That is
I
true.
appreciate that.
No,
Thank
it's
you very
true.
much.
It's true. And that's honestly every time we mention that. Yeah, we do.
Ah.
Yeah, we do. So what happens is every time we say, okay, you're moving up, you're moving on the show, that's usually things get in. I don't know what happens. It's a superstition around the show, but I mean, we've pretty well called it.
Like we don't want you to leave, but we
No.
want you to go.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
I mean, I'm for sure sticking around next season. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, well-
All-Star game, baby.
Ooh,
Yeah. And how much fun is that going to be
that's
to
gonna be
call?
awesome.
Oh my God, I'm looking forward to that so much.
That's going to be a good night, and we might see some old faces, some old friends.
So let's talk about, since you segued into that.
Let's do it.
Let's get into the owies. I know there's some folks in the room who've lost some really personal favorites.
Let's eat while I ask this question.
Mine included. Cole moved on. Potsy, we found out today, got signed. We've lost a lot of our top tier players, which we knew was going to happen, and we've kept, obviously some rock stars. So, I mean, how do we, as fans, how do we digest all of this? Where do we stand from your perspective?
We're fine.
We're fine.
We're fine.
We're good.
Yeah.
As they would say in the locker room
Good.
this year,
We're good.
We're good. We're good.
Now, you were at the draft in Vegas,
I was.
so you know some stuff that we don't know right now. What stuff can you tell us without getting in trouble?
I mean, I could just give my perspective on who the Kraken drafted.
Okay.
There was a couple good pickups, I thought. And I actually took notes because I'm me and I always take notes on everything I do.
Because you're a professional.
So I was out there actually for the Locked On Network. So I was covering all the picks. And I saw what the Ducks did at number 3, and I was like, oh my God. By the way, before I get into the picks, the draft at the Sphere needs to happen every year.
It looked amazing.
It is so cool in there. You're looking
amazing.
up, you're like, oh my God, what is that? You look to your left. What the heck is that? You look to your right. Are you effing kidding me? It's a video screen all around you.
It's impressive.
And the kind of cool thing, when they did a trade alert, there would be a big-ass puck in the middle, and there'd be a horn attached to it. The very first time there was a trade, the horn was so loud because they hadn't leveled the volume. It scared the crap out of everyone. We're like, what the hell is that?
Love that.
Like
So
the
it scared
train
us.
horn that came
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
love
later
it.
found out it was the different goal horns for each team
Oh, okay.
accompanied by the trade. That's what it was. And some goal horns are louder than others. Shout out to Acrisure Arena.
Let's
Ours
go.
is
We
awesome.
gotta go
I
there.
love
Love
our goal
ours,
horn,
yeah.
by the way.
Much better.
Love ours.
And I will just say I got to hit the button once, and I was like a kid in a candy store when that happened. I was like, I pushed the button, yay.
All right, so let's hear your notes.
Before everyone got there, of course.
Sure.
Okay, so the first pick
Yep.
at number 8 was Berkeley Catton.
yeah, I'm curious about this kid.
Oh, I love this kid.
Curious.
First
What
off,
do you know about him?
Yeah.
First off, a WHL kid from Spokane Chiefs,
Yeah, that's awesome.
and was the
Guess where that is?
That's where you're from.
That's
Guess
where I'm
where that
from.
is?
Yeah.
Hey,
Good
our
job.
Spokane.
Yeah.
They love their Washington boys.
Yes, they do.
So Berkeley did lead the WHL in points this season, almost 2 points a game.
Okay.
And the WHL is pretty disgusting. And he's got a great transition game, a deft shot.
How old is he?
He's only 18. I mean, he's young.
young kid.
He's young.
So he's coming here first, right? Or is he going to go to Mavericks?
So, no, not the Mavericks. No, he's too good for the Mavericks.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest here. He's going to go to rookie camp.
So
He's-
is
Well,
he
they're
a
there
dev camp
now.
right now?
They're there
in,
now.
He's in
yeah.
dev camp
They're
right
at
now.
dev camp right now. So Seattle's holding dev camp, and
Yeah.
they're running through all their players right now.
And looking at his highlight reels, looking at all his video, he's just got such a good shot, but he's so good on all 3 zones. In the defensive zone, very much stay at home. Neutral zone, works that transition game, works the transition very, very well. In the offensive zone, gets to his spots, has a tremendous shot. I mean, when you average almost 2 points per game
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
in the WHL,
That's
that is
pretty
very
impressive.
impressive. I mean, there's been so many good players from the WHL that have gone on to great success in the NHL.
So we're gonna keep our eye on him. That's
Oh,
one
we're
to-
keeping our eye on him
Okay.
for sure. So I like him a lot. The other pick that I'm super curious about was Julius Maitinen, who's also from the WHL, by the way.
What do we know about him?
So he's a big big forward from the Everett Silvertips.
Hey, guess where that is?
Guess where that is?
It's in Washington.
Yeah.
Hey,
Love that.
Just saying.
We got our
our
Washington out of the
hometown
way,
boys.
folks.
Yeah, good.
So with him, he's a big center. He's about 6'3", big body.
Alex True style.
Oh yeah, man, we've missed that.
So what I like about his game is he's very intelligent about where the puck is at all times. He does not move when he gets in front of a goalie.
He's just planted.
He's planted right there. He's deflecting shots.
Love it.
He's there to pick up the loose change, pick up the
Love
rebounds, and get in those, as we say, like those greasy goals.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's those greasy goals that can win a series or win a championship, et cetera, et cetera.
Does not have to be pretty, just has to go in.
Yep.
You sound like Grant Fuhrer.
Yeah.
Because Grant Fuhrer says that all the time.
Well, he's kind of smart. Yeah.
I mean, Grant knows what he's talking about.
And he was an ugly goalie, too. Like, we talked about that when he was on the show. I don't know what he, like.
He just does it.
Zero finesse, just all magic.
Yeah.
No, but my favorite thing Grant always says, it doesn't matter how many saves you get. What matters is getting the save that counts.
The one that counts.
Yeah.
The one that
The
counts.
one that counts. I agree.
And Grant
I
was
remember
the
that.
master at that.
Yes, he was.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, when
when
you
it
talk about
mattered.
players like that just going for the rebounds, get the loose change, get those pucks,
Yeah.
that's someone that you always need on your
Creating
roster. So
chances,
That was
yeah.
a good pickup by the
Good.
Kraken in the draft.
So are you
I love their first two picks.
You're feeling like, obviously with who we have, we've got the Mavericks, we've got Seattle doing some things. So we feel like going forward, our team next year looks pretty good. Are
Yeah,
we going to be? Are we playoff? Are we playoff
Yes.
contenders?
Yes.
You know what
Yes.
I mean? With our
Yes.
roster. We are.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
There's a name
All
that
right.
everyone is forgetting about that everyone needs to pay attention to, folks. Look him up when you get home. Jagger Firkus.
Jagger Firkus.
Jagger
Yep.
Firkus.
Jagger Firkus. Okay.
Look
Yep.
up his highlight reels. He's got one of the best lacrosse goals I've ever seen. If you haven't seen it yet, look it up.
We
player.
saw him for one game, I
One
think.
game.
Where's he coming
And
out of?
He was. They
KC?
sent him back to Mavericks.
It was KC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Jagger. No, he went back to juniors.
Oh.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
All
To
I
dominate.
know is he
To
was here for a minute
dominate.
and then he was gone.
Yeah.
Oh, was he on a PCO? Is that why he was here?
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever, dude. He's if he's back, I love to watch him. And I think I talked to you about him when he was playing because I think Tucker Robertson was also there.
Yep.
And man, that other kid whose name I just can't remember.
Leighton Road.
No, not him.
Not him.
Not him. It was another one. I'm like, dude, watch.
Look how much talent we got. We can't even
watch
keep
that.
I know,
up.
right? There's
Yeah.
a lot of
We
talent.
can't even keep up.
So I think the
And
sum up
that's
is
why we're still going to be good
Yeah,
next year. There's
that's
a
right.
lot of talent,
Let's
folks.
sum
a
up is
lot.
don't panic, don't worry, don't freak out because
Can I-
familiar faces are
Can
going.
I talk about my anxiety on the show for a second? Can I talk about it?
I can edit it out if we have to. Yeah, go for it.
No. I think everybody's maybe some people out there can identify with my anxiety. How's our goaltending situation going to shape up for next season? Are we feeling? I know we've got Stessa coming back, which is great. Yep, Stessy. You got Stessy fan in there.
Yeah.
I like LaFontaine. Do we feel like he's an option for us, or who's the next batch of goalies that we need to be paying attention to outside of Stessy?
Stetska, obviously.
Right.
LaFontaine, I think, will be a capable. Wow. Where did that come from?
Capable.
I need-
Yeah, you need to drink
Get it
somebody's
in there.
beer
Get it
right
in there.
A little
Mouth is
bit
dry.
here.
Yeah,
All
Wet that whistle.
Cheers. Cheers, guys.
we are not FCC regulated.
Not at all.
Oh, we're not.
No,
Oh, so I can just.
You can let it
you
fly.
can say shit and drink a beer.
Want a cigar?
Nah, I'm good.
No, we're in California.
we
No
can't-
smoking
we can't
inside.
even-
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just,
Jack LaFontaine is a very capable backup
yes.
for the Firebirds.
That's what I
And
anticipate.
Stetska, I've always believed, can be a number one goalie in the American Hockey League.
Agreed.
We saw that for about a month or two.
Yes.
And that was the start of when the Firebirds were getting good.
Agreed.
Like, yeah, Dax was up,
Well-
but Driegs was still up.
Yeah.
Agreed. I know. I'm not saying anything.
he
And so,
he-
Drieger, I don't
he-
want you, Chris, if you're watching, which I'm sure you're not.
not.
You're out. You're gone, and I'm sure you're on looking better things. But I'm just asking the question. I'm not saying one's better than the other. Because, like you said, he did have a great season. He actually really did. His numbers were good.
Yeah.
The playoff numbers were good.
He's a big body.
I
he
honestly,
moves well.
I felt like in the finals, we missed some things. There were some brain farts. I'm just gonna, but it happens, and
It does.
and that's hockey. But I want to know moving forward, what does that look like? Because I've learned now, especially after going with Joey, Driegs, it matters. And
goaltending matters.
It matters more than
goaltending and a good defense core.
Yeah, and we're seeing
I
that.
love our defensemen, but they're very forward-minded.
Agreed.
So we need. I miss big bodies like.
Well, it's like the NBA.
Matt and
Centers are
Eddie.
shooting threes now.
Yeah. Well.
What is happening?
Don't get me started on the NBA.
No, I won't. No, we're
I
gonna
don't
stay.
know. Let's stay on one track.
We are on hockey, and we.
All right. So thoughts on goaltending?
I'm in a good mood. Let's not talk
Yeah.
about NBA.
We're not going there. I'm not.
Stetska, I think, is very good laterally. He can play about 50 games next season and be fine.
Okay.
Because I don't think that's an issue at all.
You think we're gonna rotate some?
Possibly.
Okay.
Well, that's the model, right? I think they're
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
especially early on in the
I mean,
season.
number
they're going
number
in.
one,
Yeah.
50 games. Number two, 20 games.
Okay.
And you're fine.
Okay. That's fair. So you're saying we're gonna be fine?
Yeah, goaltending.
We're good.
I think
fine.
we're good.
Okay.
All right. Now the Magic.
People forget that Stetska had a good streak there for a few games.
Yes,
there.
he did.
He did.
Absolutely, and each of us was
I
very
was
happy about
in
it.
the
It
beginning-
feels like so long ago, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does.
I'm not gonna lie, and Christian, please don't kill me when I say this, but I call him Strezka because I was stressed out a lot for when he got in between the pipes. But now,
Aw.
but hold on, he changed my attitude. I went from Strezka to Strezka, and I fell in love with the kid. I really did because of that hot streak. And what I learned from having Grant on our episode and interviewing him was it's like a shooter. You got to get him the rock. You got to let him shoot. You got to let him get warmed up. You got to get that feel. And I think he felt that. He got his feel. He got comfortable in there. So I'm not taking anything away from him, but
Right.
when it was a little bit here, a little bit there, I'm not going to lie, it was a little questionable. So I think he found his way, though.
Like
He
every
found
good
his way.
goalie,
He found his
once
way.
you get your reps, once you get your
Yes.
chances,
Yes.
then you're going to feel more comfortable between the pipes. When you feel more comfy between the pipes, then you're going to start making those big games. I mean, you cannot just rely on veteran goaltending every year because that doesn't always work.
Right.
I mean, a lot of times there's been some Calder Cup champions where they've let a hot goalie that's young just keep going and going and going all the way to the Calder Cup final. I've seen this several times in the league.
And
so
then-
there's no reason why Stetzy cannot be that guy
I
next
agree.
year because he's got that dog in him.
I don't
Yes,
think so.
he does.
I think he's going to be just
I think
fine.
he's going to be great. He's going to be good.
And look, Joey left.
Yep.
Driegs is our goalie. We backed him.
Yep.
Driegs is gone. Stez our goalie. We're going to back him. We're
Yeah.
Stezzy's our guy. He's our guy.
We are loyal to the team.
We
right?
got
the,
him.
The name on the front of the uniform is always more important than the name on the back.
100%.
So whoever it is, we're going to love them. However, however, negative. I want to switch now to an even bigger subject, and that is we learned today
Oh, breaking news.
that Jess Campbell is now going to be the first
Yeah.
full-time NHL assistant coach, and I could not possibly be more proud.
That's awesome. Sad.
But that leaves a
Yep.
serious vacancy times two. Who steps up if you – I know you can't make any announcement right now, but –
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, what
he's just a PA
I
announcer.
know.
What are you going to tell him?
are we thinking, though? What are we thinking, if anything?
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Stu come into
Right?
the head. Yeah, Stu Bickle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity. He knows the system.
He knows
He
the
knows.
system.
He
He's-
knows
the
the
guys
system.
know him and like
Yep,
him.
They know
Yeah.
like him.
I was
This-
kind of hoping you would say that.
This is a good chance for him to get his first head coaching gig.
We
he's-
would back him. I think it's
and
a good
he's
fit.
learned from two very good coaches.
There you
I
go.
mean, he's learned
Yeah.
from Dan Bilesma. He's learned from Jess Campbell.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, he could be ready for the big time right now. He could be.
I'm okay with that.
I think
actually.
so.
I feel
and,
okay
and
with that.
look, the playbook, the play style is what it is.
Yeah.
And clearly, because he was our PK guy, right?
Yep.
So clearly, they like him, they respect him, and he knows what the hell he's doing. I would love to see it. Whoever it is, I'm going to love it.
And we had
I would love to
our
see
PKs
that.
this year were amazing.
Yep.
They were amazing.
We were a top 5 PK in the league.
I was so happy.
We were
Yeah.
almost tied for the league lead in shorthanded goals.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Think about those big time shorthanded goals we got this season. The John Hayden.
I know. Then we're going to
I
light
will-
a candle for John Hayden.
I will do this
Yeah.
properly.
Yeah.
The John Hayden special.
Oh,
Yeah.
that gave me chills.
For
Do it
sure.
again. Do it again. Do it
For
again.
sure. For sure.
Do it again.
John Hayden.
Yeah.
Shorthanded goal. They respect the hell out of Stu Bickle.
Yeah.
They
Good.
do.
Well,
I love that.
That PK was freaking amazing this year.
It was.
well, the decision's probably
wasn't-
already made, but I hope it's that.
I was never nervous when, we would have those moments.
Later on. Early on a little bit. Later on,
Well,
no.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think about the beginning. I think about the end.
I think I joked
Yeah.
one time in the box, like, we have someone in the box. It's fine. Like,
Right?
Yeah. we're good.
kind of jokingly.
Yeah, but it's true. I think they did an amazing job. I think that was one of the biggest turnarounds and quality of skating. That's
Yep.
what I'm not worried about. But Jessica, I mean, she brought. Our skating was phenomenal. We outskated everybody.
And you know who I'm going to miss as far as skating goes is Marion Student-Each.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
guy was lightning on
So
ice.
fast.
And just laser precise in everything he did. So,
But he's going overseas.
yeah, I'm
so
bummed to
we'll
see him
wish
leave.
luck.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
No, all of them luck. I wish the best.
absolutely.
And look, we're going to see Potsy, and we're going to see Jimmy Schultz, and we're going to see Cameron, and we're going to see Cole back when we play those teams.
Yeah.
So Podorowski went to San Jose.
When San Jose, so we're going to see
So
him.
we're
going
going to see the Barracuda
Yep.
for sure.
Yep.
So I'm hoping for a really nice ovation.
Oh, he'll get
Absolutely.
it. We
And-
love
and look,
Potsy.
You know
Come
we're
on.
going to have an emotional video. You
Oh,
know we
of course.
are.
Yeah, he got us there.
Because
2
Yeah.
years.
because Kyle's going to put together like a tear-jerking video.
course.
I just know it.
Of course.
Already.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
I think
sure.
it's
And
great.
then all of them, right? And then
Actually-
I slipped something. Who went to the Oilers? Connor Carrick.
Yep.
So
Yep.
when we see all those guys back, I don't know about you, but I am 100% going to stand on my feet and applaud them and welcome them home because, as long as we win, I want them to be happy.
Well, I mean, I can't say
Yeah.
because I'll be talking,
Yeah.
but I will just give it all my best and just
Yeah.
You're
wish
gonna
them
do
all
great.
the luck.
Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, let's say Texas comes to Acrisure and Cameron Hughes scores a goal.
Oh, my God.
You are going to be between a rock and a hard place because the energy on the opposing team goal is always,
I know.
blah, scored a goal and nobody fucking
I
cares.
know. I know.
But if it's
You all
Cameron
love
Hughes, I am not going to be able to help myself
I
but to
know.
call, to do the call.
So, I already thought about this. When we do the welcome back video after the first time out, I will give it one more
have to.
time. I will do the Cameron Hughes. I'll do it one more time.
And I think we will too, right? I mean, I totally will.
I think the
Yeah.
fan base will. I mean, you see
Yes.
that in the NFL. Guys will go to a different team and they'll still, give them love if it's, one of their guys. So I don't think that's going to be a big deal.
Except
But
for
what are you going to
except for-
do is a question.
Except for when
yeah.
Brady went back to New
well,
England.
that's
that wasn't such a
different.
welcome for him, but
That being said,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for a goal call, nope. The goal call will just be number 19, Cameron Hughes.
And we'll all
I-
quietly
I-
go.
I just can't.
"Hughes."
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
very
can't.
quietly. Yeah, yeah.
I love it.
I feel bad that I can't do that.
It's
but
okay.
It's
You'll be
okay.
all right.
It's business is business, right?
Yeah, you know who I am excited to have back? My guy, Max McCormick.
Yeah, El
Captain
Capitan.
Max.
Yeah.
El Capitan.
And from
2 years.
by all accounts, he is an amazing leader, obviously. And we've got all the love to give. Max is going to get it.
Maxie's getting it absolutely when he
It's
deserves
important.
it.
It's important to bring back your captain.
Now, who didn't bring back their captain?
The Ontario Reign lost their captain. Oh my God! Can you believe that? TJ Tynan.
Where'd he go?
So now,
I mean, I don't really care, but where'd he go?
I forgot where he went, but I just saw that Ontario
But
didn't bring
why?
him back.
We bring ours back for 2 years. They let theirs go. I mean, like you said, it's almost unfathomable for you to think, oh, we're going to just let our captain go, no big deal.
Every team's got a different
Right?
dynamic, though,
Right.
right? It's
Yeah,
true.
I think some teams value depth a little more. Some teams value their AHL team a little bit more than others.
Uh-huh.
I did like that Ron Francis specifically had guys come in to help the Firebirds next season. Like he even said in a press conference, this day of free agency is to help bolster the Firebirds. That was his goal.
It's a win-win for them, right?
I
The
like
more
it.
we're bolstered, the more they are. So
Yep.
And you know what? I
100%.
mean, we're at this part of it. Can we talk about the new guys coming in?
let's
Yes,
talk.
please,
Yes,
Because
Let's talk about
let's
the new
talk
guys.
about the new guys coming in.
there's going to be a few new faces that I think y'all are going to love.
Okay.
And this is just me. There's already one that I'm looking forward to seeing.
So write this down. If for those of you who are watching this,
yeah, exactly.
Get ready to write it down.
You sign makers out there, start getting ready to make your signs for these guys.
So because
that's me.
because
Sorry, that's me.
I cover the Ducks also, there's a former Duck in there. Ben Myers. Ben Myers, I think, is one of those tweeners that he's always going between the NHL and the AHL. Always does okay in the NHL. Always does great in the AHL. He had some solid games for the San Diego Gulls. So I like Ben Myers' game a lot.
Okay.
Ben Myers,
And speaking of former goals, someone that I really like, that I personally think fans are going to fall in love with, is Nicholas Brouillard.
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 Brouillard, but it's pronounced Brouillard.
Okay.
Thank God I know the pronunciation.
What is he? What's his position?
He's a forward.
Okay.
And
Stacking them.
he's another kind of just bash in there, big body, not afraid to get to the corners and not afraid to just mix it up and be like, hey, you're messing with my guy? You messing with him? No, go through me.
Love that.
We love that
We
guy.
need that.
Yep.
Yeah, we need that.
So you always need those guys
Brouillard.
like that. Mitchell Stevens, I think, is a pretty solid pickup.
Stevens. Okay.
Mitchell Stevens, the one that I personally
Mitchell
really,
Stevens sounds like an ad executive.
but
Sounds like he does your taxes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, where you going? I got to go see Mitchell Stevens, get my taxes done.
Oh, yeah.
Someone-
He's great.
someone that came from the East Coast that had a monster season is Brandon Bureau, spelled B-I-R-O. Brandon Bureau.
Bureau.
He almost averaged a point a game last season.
From where?
I forgot where. I just saw that he's
Because
averaging
that
about
name, I feel like I've seen that on the back somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's someone to kind of watch out for. And someone else that Ron Francis specifically signed was another young guy from Toronto, Maxime Male. Okay, so Maxime Lajoie.
Is he French?
Yeah, he's French.
You
I'm
think?
just asking the
French
question.
Canadian.
Yeah.
French Canadian.
Just asking the question.
I could have said
Yeah.
no, he's British.
I'm just asking the question.
No, so
His name is Maxime?
Maxime Lajoie.
That's
Oh,
why.
the signs.
That's a sign.
The signs are right
Oh,
in
I
themselves
know,
right
exactly.
now. Yeah.
So get your signs ready for those guys.
I love it.
But Brouillard, I think you're going to like. Bureau, I think you're going to like. Ben Myers are three of those guys that I think could make a difference in the Firebirds next season. And that's why I think that they're going to be fine next year.
That's great.
I think so too.
good insight.
And here's the thing: we're gonna love him no matter what. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
and
know.
I think that's a disclaimer to the bandwagoners out there, maybe a little bit. Like you said in the beginning, this is natural. This is the progression. This is what happens. And then,
Yeah.
like you said, we drafted well. Sounds like we took care of business. We got a lot of talent coming.
Yep.
We got some bruisers. We got some scorers. We got our goalies. We're gonna be fine. We're good. So.
are you telling yourself that?
No,
Is that
no,
what's
no.
going on right now?
I'm just going
Little
on. I'm just
self-therapy?
recapping a little bit, making sure
Okay.
that I'm reading it right.
There's a
I'm
reason.
hearing you.
There's a reason the Kraken are a top 10 prospect team
Correct.
in the National Hockey League.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah. We
They-
draft
Yeah.
and we know how to grab talent.
Absolutely.
For sure,
I
and
think so.
groom, and
We do.
really develop.
I love it.
Hey, Jess is going to help them in development camp this week. She'll be at rookie camp, so she's going to help a lot of these guys out
Yeah, I like that.
from a distance, but she's still going to help them out regardless.
No, look, it's a no lose.
I like that.
It's a no lose for them.
Should we segue then and should we bring some people on?
Yeah,
Should we
so
do that?
listen, we
Is
got
it
a
time?
good group of folks here.
Yeah, we can-
And I want to start to talk to any of the fans who want to come up and talk, and maybe ask Jason a question or whatever. But
Jim?
we kind of want to hear from you about your experience,
Come on,
Yeah.
bud.
right? So
Come on down.
We'll edit it short. Dishes here.
Cheers to Desert Beer Company.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Cheers.
Yeah,
to Desert
shout
Beer.
out. We're running low.
By the
Bartender.
way, I got the Bloody
Table
Good
2.
Sour. To quote a song, it's Bloody Well Right.
Bloody well right.
Well
Ooh,
right.
that's a good one.
I love my 70s
You're
rock
bloody
songs.
well, right.
Yeah.
That's
So
Supertramp?
okay. So Jim,
Yes.
Yeah.
you're a
Here you
long-term
go.
Firebird
Give that to
fan.
me.
You've been since the beginning.
Kind of. I came in halfway through season 1. My whole life I've never followed any sports at all, and didn't know much about hockey. But I watched the arena get built, so I kept asking friends, hey, go to a hockey game, come to a hockey game, and then I finally went alone. And my first time I went, I was in section 107.
Shout out 107.
There you
Sat
go.
there.
Yep.
And then I went to 109 on the glass and caught a puck.
Nice.
And then I was a Kool-Aid drinker since.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
But and you seem like you've been around for a while. How many fans would you say that hockey does this to? Because I talk to a lot of people. who
Every
have
single
said-
one of them.
I'm like, they're like, I never watched hockey, or I'm not a big sports person, but they're like me. I have lots of Potsy jerseys,
And that's your guy.
yeah, he's my Potsy's
Yeah.
my guy. Like I just saw they're in Vail, Colorado right now having dinner. I'm almost a stalker.
Almost.
Yeah, but
There's a
he
legal
remembers me,
distinction.
which
He
was
does.
crazy.
Yeah, I love
he
that.
does remember me, and I saw him in the last playoff game up on the Silvercrest area, and he was sitting at the drink rail, and I just said, "Hey, Potsy, how are you feeling?" And I'm like, "Do you remember me?" He goes, "Yeah, you have my jerseys." Because I did the go on the ice and get it off their back jersey.
Love
of
that.
his.
I love those
Love
guys.
that.
I
those
and I
guys.
have his Pride jersey, and then of course everything I
Yeah.
have has his name on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Look at
does.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at you.
So yeah, I get it done. He's it, and and like last year, like you said, we lost a couple last year, like Alexander True. I can't remember the other one.
Matt, Eddie,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Brogan
Eddie
Rafferty.
Whitco.
Rafferty. Because
Yeah.
Rafferty came back for who was on? We played them this year, and you did a nice little.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, that was Austin
That was
Poganski.
Pagansky.
Yeah.
Pagansky.
And it was great to see that. And, and
I love Pogo, by the way.
Yeah.
yeah.
Pogo actually went into the penalty box for one game and just kind of like acknowledged, like, hey, what's up? I love Pogs.
Good.
I don't know. I don't know. When I look at other sports on TV or I talk to other people who do sports, it seems like it's a different type of fan, if that makes sense.
I agree.
Very.
It is.
Yeah.
You're right.
There's the
Like-
competition, but yet it's friendly. You don't see fights
Yeah.
at a hockey game, which means
Only on the ice.
where it belongs.
Yeah, where it belongs.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, you, and that's what's good for me is we all have something in common, and we're all there for the team. And I'm a little with Kyle here with Stetska. Sorry, as
We're
the
airing it
season
out.
went,
Yeah.
yes, he got better.
Yes, he did.
So, but what happened to Morris? I really liked that guy. I like Jack LaFontaine, don't get me wrong, but I liked Morris. He came in and did really well in his brown pads.
I think he was just a tryout at the
Yeah,
time.
pretty much. And he had
Yeah.
great games. He gamed out, but I think there was just there was too much competition.
Yeah, only
I think.
so much space.
There was exactly,
Yeah.
and that's been our issue. I think we've had so much talent. Who is it? Ian McKinnon, who actually ended up at KC, and he was a starter for us. Was it
Oh,
McKinnon
no,
or,
that's Jeremy McKenna.
McKenna? Excuse me. Yeah,
McKenna's not going. I hope he's not going
no,
anywhere.
but I mean, you saw how like
McKinnon.
he was a starter for us last year, and now all of a sudden he's playing with KC, which is fine. It's just
Yeah.
we're so
that's the world we live
the
in.
depth
though.
of talent that we
I would
have.
say it's a better problem to have too much talent
Yep.
Right?
than not enough
Enough.
talent. That's
Exactly.
it's a good problem to have.
Yep.
Because everyone's competing for those spots.
I love it.
I would like to have seen McKinnon go in for one game to take McElrath out. during the
Oh, we
playoffs.
talked about that
Yeah,
a lot.
Oh my God, that would have been just a
So,
dream.
so Jim, as a wrap up, what has the Firebirds meant to you then in the last couple of years? You've
Yeah.
seen 2 seasons. What does it mean to you? What have they meant to you?
It's almost like
Nice and close.
it's almost like it's like I have a purpose. It's I don't know. It's really hard to describe because like last year during the 4-month break, I literally felt like I was going through a withdrawal. Like I went through a depression,
We did.
We did.
and I'm just like, how can this be? People I don't even know, but I've gotten to know, and including the fans, and thank God for Facebook and things to keep in touch with
Right.
you guys, and find out what's happening. And then to come back this year and to meet the new guys, but to have the regular players back and get to know them more. It's like after this, to me, this is like the closing of the season, and we have until October, and I'm like preparing myself to open the Xanax and lay on the couch. And
You're making me sad now.
Is it-
know.
I'm
What
sorry.
is it, like
But it
equivalent
is,
to
yeah.
seasonal effectiveness disorder? It's like
But it's like it's given me
off-seasonal affective disorder.
There you
It's
go.
like when I teach, I tell my students, I go, if there's a game, we won't have class. I mean, it is
Yeah.
my life.
Well, people
I
have
love
scheduled
it.
things. Some people, though, don't know how to schedule their trips around
Dude,
playoffs
did I drop-
and
Yeah, come
around.
on.
Hey,
I mean, you are one of tens of thousands, that are out there. But
I got a
you needed to be
confession
in
for
your
you in a
seat,
second.
man.
But
We
I will
missed you.
say,
We missed
Yeah.
you.
when you're not there, you are there though, because I
am.
follow you and I watch you,
Yeah,
and you're
that's true.
you're on the ship or
You
you're
are-
on the plane.
you are
and
dedicated.
you're
Wherever I am, I'm
watching
watching,
it.
yeah.
You are.
I watched one of the Hershey games
Yep.
at 35,000 feet.
Yeah, you did.
And it's really hard not to make noise. So I'm like in my seat, just-
I can see you.
and I got up after the game. And I got up. Oh no, it was during an intermission. I got up and went to the restroom. And the flight attendant, she goes, "So how's your sports team doing?" I go, "You could tell." She goes, "Everyone can tell.
Oh, please.
Everyone knows."
Good.
I'm like,
Good.
okay, I'll
I
take
love
that.
it. Well, Jim, I mean, honestly, it's been awesome having you and getting to
I
know
mean-
you. You're one of everybody out there that we get to
Yeah.
meet and know and talk to. It's just it's a
I
family.
do want to speak to what he
Yeah.
said here. So, remember the very first show. One of the things I wanted to do when I first came on with the Firebirds is I wanted to grow with the community, and that was like kind of a goal. This is a community.
Yeah.
This is a
For sure.
really good hockey community,
Agreed.
For sure.
and I think that's what hockey does sometimes. Like it brings everyone together.
It
And
doesn't do it everywhere, but where it happens,
Yeah.
it's magic.
Yeah, like when you catch lightning in a bottle, you do want to hold on to it. But at the same time, when you're around good people, you kind of want to hold on to those good people as well.
Yeah.
So, this isn't goodbye. Like we're going to see each other.
No,
like,
I know.
We'll see each other around. We'll talk during the summer or, like
It's like school.
I
It's
know we
like,
should have given. Hey,
it's
stay
like
cool.
school. Yeah.
You know.
Hey, loved having you in
Yeah.
class.
KIT.
KIT, keep in touch.
I think that's right. 100%.
HAGS, have a good
Yeah.
summer, KIT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Stay in
funny.
touch. I appreciate it,
So
man.
it's very true. So
Absolutely.
this
I
you're
love
great.
You guys.
Love
I-
that.
It's I mean, 10,000 people from this valley get together. I think there's the arena holds roughly.
I
At
know.
the arena, and then how many hundreds
I mean,
of
I
thousands
know.
more?
Watching or
Yeah.
or are at
It turns
the
out a lot.
The partner
It turns out a lot.
arenas.
So we had
yeah.
talked real quick, and then I'm going to give Ryan an opportunity
Yeah.
here. I want him to come on because he invited us and help put this thing together. But when you were in Vegas, you said, number one, you were recognized, and you said the
Yeah.
conversations around the Firebirds. People know the Firebirds now as an organization, as a winning team. That it carries weight. And you said that, man, congratulations, good job.
Yeah, it's weird that I didn't expect it. I mean, I'm over there in my locked on stuff, and someone's like, hey, you're that. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
so,
You're that guy.
so it was a little bit embarrassing, but at the same time, it was really cool because then they'll talk about the Firebirds because they watch the games on NHL Network or they watch the games on Root or wherever they watched it. And they said, we loved watching those games.
Yeah.
There was an energy.
impressive.
And all of them said, to go back to back. And I think that was what helped me a lot because I was sad after the season, obviously. But to go back to back seasons to be the Western Conference champions, do you know how many teams would kill for that?
Oh, man.
Do you know how
Yeah.
many
I think
other
that
fan
was real.
bases
31 others?
would want what we have?
They were
Yeah.
watching.
Are you kidding?
They were watching from their couches while we were playing hockey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you know how many California teams have a Western Conference banner?
I love this stat.
I could count it in zero fingers.
It's one, and it's us twice.
That's
Yeah.
twice. Yeah, no one
Yeah.
else has done it. Exactly.
No, no other California team's done it.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Love that.
I love
And
that.
to do it back to back.
Yeah.
I
Well, that's
mean,
great. I agree.
A lot of other teams want what we have, and
Yep.
everyone's been very complimentary of what we have built in 2 years. And we get the All-Star game next year.
It's
So
Yeah,
a lot,
man,
a lot of
come
those,
on. I mean,
a lot of those media folks,
we're
they're like,
spoiled.
"Hey, we'll see you in Coachella
We're
for
spoiled.
All-Stars." I'm like,
Yep.
"Oh yeah,
Yeah, you will. Yeah,
Can't
you
wait.
will.
Awesome.
I've also heard that Acrisure is the highly preferred arena to play in.
Yeah.
A lot of the players love
Oh,
to come to
yeah,
Acrisure to play.
100%. Yeah,
So,
the
anyway,
facility.
I appreciate you having me.
We love it.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jim. Thank you.
Appreciate
Appreciate
you.
you,
Good to
Jim.
see
You're awesome. All right, so we've got our big man, Jim. Ryan, excuse me. So, Ryan.
Up top, Ryan.
I could be Jim.
No,
That's fine.
Ryan, what's your first and last name?
Ryan Blondell.
Awesome, man. And you actually, we met out at the arena,
Last year.
like everybody else.
Yeah.
And this actually was kind of something that you and I had talked about. Like, hey, you were like, hey, man, my buddy's got this brewery. You guys should maybe come out anytime. Like, you kept inviting us, which thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Because quite honestly, if it wasn't
And
for
this
you.
place is cool. I love this
Yeah,
place.
I love the vibe.
It's got a great
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah. So, dude,
It's
you're
like
awesome.
a down home, just
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
man. It feels like your buddy's backyard.
Oh,
sort
yeah.
of good time. I love the vibe. People are having a good time. Okay, so
you
for
can
you.
hear that in the chit chat in the background, maybe.
What is this season meant to you? What has the Firebirds meant to you? Like, what's your takeaways?
So I've grown up as a hockey fan my entire life. As a young kid, my grandpa got me into hockey. My half my family's Canadian.
Oh, wow.
So I grew up watching Hockey Night in Canada, which is a big throwback reference
deal,
there.
huh? Yeah.
Big one.
And my grandpa and my family's all from like Edmonton and Saskatchewan. So we
Deep
followed the
roots.
Oilers for a little bit. And then when Gretzky came to L.A., we were L.A. fans. And then as a young kid, watching movies in Disney, the Mighty Ducks, I became a Mighty Ducks fan.
So many times.
So disappointing.
times.
So disappointing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Sorry,
gonna stop
I-
for a second. Did you go to the Ducks Coyotes game?
Yeah.
Yeah, how fun was that?
Great.
That was fun.
I got to watch Paul Correa play at the pond. Like,
Yep.
great stuff.
I remember when he was a rookie.
The first game I took my wife to was we got the Ducks Pass, which was like this 4 tickets, free parking, a hot dog, and a soda for $40 for 4 tickets.
No
Like,
kidding.
Yeah, we got to see some great games.
That's like barely parking at Acrisure.
And my favorite memory hockey-wise was my grandpa was really sick, and we were just chit-chatting one day, and he told me he'd never been to a professional game. And I was like, what? So we took my grandpa to the Staples Center to watch the Kings.
Oh, man.
Love
We
that.
were on a losing streak. But
Even
we got
better.
cheap tickets, and
Right.
they won that game. And the Staples Arena, they were so great. I let them know ahead of time, and they were
Awesome.
great people. So we've been a hockey family forever. And then seeing the AHL come out here was just like, oh yeah, let's do this.
And how did it compare? Then, like, what was, when it
It's
it
an
landed?
intimate venue, right?
Yeah.
So you're right there. You get to see, and these guys they're playing for a contract, so they're playing just as fast, if not as aggressive as the NHL.
More aggressive.
Yeah, you just got some refining that needs to be done, right? And that's what they're there for. So
That's awesome.
It's a great environment to be at for hockey.
I love it.
No doubt. I got no questions, man. He's saying everything I'm thinking.
All right, so then,
Yeah.
like with Jim, what's your biggest takeaway? What has it meant to you and your family? Obviously, we've met, and
Yeah.
you've turned us on to this place. But I mean, what has it meant to you?
So for me, for hockey, I'm getting to introduce my kids to the
Oh,
sport.
that's so
How
cool.
cool is that?
That is so cool.
We were on the game 4 with the Hershey Bears. I was up on the screen like booing the terrible calls from the refs.
Yep.
But it's and then my daughter's sitting right next to me, and
I love
she's
it.
loving the fact that she's on the
How
screen.
old's your daughter?
She is 7.
That's a perfect age.
Put skates on those feet yet?
Yep.
I'm so sorry, but no, we haven't made it
Yet.
to
Yeah.
the
Yet.
to the burger.
That's the American side.
Yes.
No, it's just the busyness of life, just
Yeah.
trying to figure out where you can get, you got this gymnastics, or you got this, or you got
Sure.
that, and work and all this other stuff, and then the open skates not always,
That's
there. But it should be the summer, so
Yeah.
that's the plan for the summer is to
Love
get,
it.
get them on those little what do they call those little cart things that they can go around in.
Oh yeah.
We didn't
Walker
have
things.
that when we learned to
No,
skate at
you
the
just-
Palm Desert Mall.
Oh my god.
Old school, throwing it back.
Yeah,
Way back.
Old school.
So for you, it's you and your daughter, that bond, those memories, the stuff that she's gonna grow up like you grew up with. Because you started. I love watching people get emotional on the show when they talk about hockey, when they talk about their experiences, like with your grandfather, because I could feel it in the moment that
Yeah.
meant something to you.
Oh, yeah.
So I know as she gets older, she's gonna remember Dad.
Yep.
She's going to
Taking us
remember
to the
this
Firebird-
crazy guy
Yep.
screaming at the top of his lungs and not being able to talk
She'll
the
be
next
screaming
day.
right along with
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
man.
Yep.
My daughter's sitting here; she's just as nuts as I am.
Oh,
Man.
man.
I mean, they
Good
love
on
it.
you.
Yeah,
And
You
also
got to
it's type
get
A.
loud.
yeah, it's so much fun. So I love that, man. I'm
Yeah.
glad that you get to have that.
Yeah, we just you got to get energetic.
Yeah.
You got to get behind the
Heck yeah.
team. You got to let them feel you.
Yeah.
You got to let the refs know you're there.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
How
Well,
are the
so
how are the
glad you came
quesadillas?
down.
Quesadillas?
Dude, those
Oh,
are
yeah.
amazing.
So you
was
tell
it TJ? What's his name?
It's it's Thai's,
Thai.
Chipotle.
Dude, it's so good.
Really good.
But I got to go home and have dinner, and I'm gonna get in trouble. But I tore that up.
You,
It was
you
so
can
good.
bring this home for dinner.
I'm not sharing this. You crazy?
He's got burritos out there.
You can
My
get-
wife knows
He's
where I
got
am. She
You
can
can
tacos.
come
get,
tonight.
you can get some for everybody.
Yeah,
So
I love it.
I got a proposition. I don't know if this.
Okay,
If we can make
okay.
this happen.
Lay it on me.
We have thought forever that it would be hilarious and awesome. We know the "you suck" chant for the goalies that happens at games.
Oh yeah, Joe. Can't remember his last name. Joe. He's been on the show. He does.
Yeah,
He does
with
an
his daughter,
RN.
he's
yeah,
got
yeah,
there, yeah.
exactly.
So we also have a big wrestling fan base here in the desert. We've had WWE
That's true.
events here
Yep.
at the Acrisure.
We've noticed.
Yeah.
Walensky.
Are you guys
Sorry,
familiar with
stuck on that.
Kurt Angle?
I've heard the name.
So Kurt Angle has an opening theme song, and it's very patriotic, and he's a wrestler. And,
Yes.
And then somebody else in the WWE started a thing where they said "you suck" during his theme song.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Where are we going with this?
If we go up like 3 goals in a game, can we just start playing the Kurt Angle theme song and we can all chant "you suck"?
We'll have to talk
You
to
gotta
Ron.
talk-
We'll
Ron,
have
if
to
you're
talk to
watching
Gina.
this.
We're gonna have to talk to.
I mean,
we'll run up the
if we can
flagpole.
get the ball rolling on this.
It's out there.
If they're watching,
Yeah,
then
it's out there.
It's
Yeah.
out
Talk
there
to
now,
Ron.
Yeah.
We'll start there. He'll probably
We don't
present
do it
Yeah.
unless we're dominating.
All right, so Ron, if you're out there, that's an
Some
idea.
mental war games
There
that
you
we
go.
could
I
play.
agree.
You've probably
Got
noticed
it.
we've had a couple of wrestling themes in our videos this
Yeah.
year.
That's been
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Well, and then they'll get the ladder where Fuego's
Yep.
getting up on the ladder.
The ladder.
I love it.
The seminal moment of Fuego jumping, flying high, taking out a fan.
Yeah. Oh, and then the intro in the playoffs where he came down from
Yeah, I mean, that's all the
the
theatrics.
roof
Love that.
was fantastic.
Love it.
That
That's
was
a good
probably
idea.
my
No, it's a
favorite
good
intro.
idea.
Yep.
We'll talk to Ron about that. He's been
Yeah.
on the show. I got his number. We'll pass
Give
it
him a call.
along. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to watch this episode.
I'll send you a link later to the YouTube
I dare
video
you.
where it's
Yep.
where you can hear the song.
I dare you.
I don't want you to get demonetized.
Okay, I appreciate it. No, that's great. Thanks, man. I appreciate
Right
you.
on.
Thank you guys for
you guys,
coming by.
You've been awesome. Thank you for this. I
Keep this
appreciate
going.
it.
Anybody else
Yeah,
want
we're
to
Let's
come
get
up
the
and
fan
say
base
hey?
going.
All right.
Come on, Nitro.
Don't be
come say
scared.
hi.
Don't be scared.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Cheers.
Oh, my
Appreciate
drink
you.
is done.
Oh, yeah.
Do you need another one?
That's amazing.
Nitro.
All right, listen, this one here needs no introduction. This here is Nitro.
Yeah.
Nitro's in the house.
Wait, I'm going to do the introduction. Nitro for the Ogo Pogo.
Woo!
pretty
Thank
good.
you.
So, what's your story, man? Listen,
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
the common thread here is you're loving the Firebirds, you're following the Firebirds. Tell us
How and
what
why.
it means to you. What does it mean to you?
Yeah, so I am a lifelong sports lover, but was not necessarily a hockey person. From back east, go Flyers, but not really like watching. Also, when I grew up, like TVs weren't so great. It's hard to follow the puck. They tried that like
yeah.
fluorescent
remember that
tail
red
or
thing
whatever.
for a
Yeah,
while?
like
Yeah.
you
The
know.
was
glow
horrible.
puck, the glow puck
Yeah.
on Fox.
Horrible.
So it was hard, right? If you don't know anything about the sport. Went on. I actually was a sport management major in college. Thought I would be like in a front office of football, baseball. Now I build hiking trails.
That's outside.
But yeah, my neighbor in the inaugural season was like, "Hey, I have season tickets. My husband doesn't love crowds. Do you want to go to a game? You like sports?" And I said, "Sure." And here we are.
Did
Went-
not take very long.
Did you
it?
drink the
Fall in
Kool-Aid
love.
right away, too? Like, was that you were hooked the moment you walked in?
Yeah, it was so much fun. The community was great. I was like, the hockey seems like it's high level. I don't really know. I'm learning.
Yeah.
So then I went and decided to get season tickets for this year. So I have my own season ticket. Didn't need to rely
What
on
section
my
are
neighbor.
we in?
I'm in 123. I am like next to my neighbor.
Shout out 123.
123.
There you go. Yeah. We rep our sections out here. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, but I love everybody.
Of
Whatever
course.
section you're in, you're great.
No, they're all the same. I know. We love them all.
And
She's not a
then-
sectionist.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not. You know, we'll move around. But then I liked it so much, I was like, you know what? I should learn to play hockey.
Might as well.
Wait a
Might
minute.
as well. So I went out and I skated 4 times. I'm like, I am ready. And they make it look way easier
Yes, they do.
than it really is. But yeah, I did learn to play over at Burger Foundation Iceplex, did a few of those, and then the opportunity to join a C Recreation League team came up.
Nice.
That's my Ogo Pogo's jersey, and so now we're playing.
And they're fun to-
Congratulations.
They're fun to watch.
That's awesome.
Thank
Good for
you.
you.
So
And listen, when I go out in the mornings for stick and puck or whatever, dude, this one's out there working her skills by
Good for you.
herself with other people. Doesn't matter. She's
Good
out
for
there
you.
putting in the work. So good on you for that.
thank you. It's a lot of fun. Come out and watch games. Free
Yeah.
admission. Remember, sometimes you get the skill level you pay for.
What when? Like how? What days? What hours? When do I get to see a game?
So the schedule changes a little bit, right? It's a little round robin-y because there's like 4 teams in our league.
Okay.
And so we either have like a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night time
Okay.
slot. But ogopogoshockey.com, you can
Look
find
at
the
that.
schedule.
She's a plugger. She's
Ooh.
plugging.
I know.
Love that.
Thank
Good
you.
on
Thank you.
on you for the plug.
Also, Ogopogos Hockey on Instagram. We'll always
Okay.
kind of post
There
when
we
we
go.
got games coming up.
Do you have a
Sometimes
Facebook?
we're not really a Facebook group
Because
yet.
they're younger than us. The young people
I'm
don't
not.
do Facebook anymore.
That's-
As my daughter says, Facebook
I
is for
know.
old people.
I get it. It's like the yellow
Yeah.
pages. I understand.
That's why
but-
we have 20
but
pages.
they still exist for
Yeah.
a reason.
It does.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yes. So we'll get there. You know, we're learning a lot about hockey and social media and all the things, but having a great time. A lot of beginners an opportunity to learn hockey. It's been great.
can I ask you who's your favorite player?
Sure. This is like asking a parent what child they love
Uh-huh.
the most.
You know what my answer is to that? And you can steal this if you have more than one kid. It's whoever's standing in front of you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I stole that from my father-in-law, and it works. It's grayed out. It's whoever's standing in front of me
Well,
at the time.
funny enough, I
So-
have no children, but
So, who's your favorite player then?
so I'm number 15. So of course, gotta
John
love
Hayden.
number 15,
Yeah.
John Hayden.
Yeah.
But I also played defense. So really learned a lot watching Connor Carrick play,
Yeah.
watching Riker Evans play. Of course, who doesn't love Cameron Hughes? Gotta love Hughesy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's go
I just
Hughes.
gotta do that whenever you just say that name anymore.
Feels
You
weird.
know, it's hard to pick
No,
just
that's
one.
some out
Yeah,
for
I
him.
agree. I agree. There's not
You know.
an absolute. I could. Yeah, no. They all have a special place in our hearts. I agree. So I appreciate that. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
All right, well, glad.
thank
Thanks
you.
for coming up.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I will just say, like, for me personally, I love that Patrick Williams, who's a terrific writer for NHL.com, AHL, he's shouted you out before because of how much hockey has grown in
Yeah.
this community.
Yes.
This was not possible years ago. And all of a sudden, we have teams, we have a league now,
We have a show.
Yeah.
we have a show.
We have a
like,
show.
like
We got a show.
it's amazing how much has grown in 2 years.
Yeah.
And just seeing like the Ogopogos, they're out playing. This was not possible years ago.
Agreed.
And now that it's flourishing right now,
I love
And
it.
popular
We-
and easy.
and we love seeing this.
Good.
So
You're right.
And I don't
You're
think Burger could make it any easier. I mean, it is
yeah, so
a breeze.
not possible without
Yeah.
the Firebirds. So
Love that.
just really
Yeah.
happy to see it keep going. And
Yeah.
yeah.
You're influencing.
To be sure.
You guys are the trailblazers.
There's
Yeah,
four
it's happening.
teams this season. There'll be
Yeah.
6 next, and
Yeah.
8, and
It'll
That's
keep
where I was
growing.
going to go.
yeah.
There's going to be more teams next
Yeah.
year.
So keep doing it.
And
I'll be
more
on, I'll be
people.
on one of them. I'll be on
Yes.
one of them.
Let's go.
We'll
More people
see.
are going to want to
Let's
play.
go.
Yeah.
Love it.
Thank
All
you,
right.
guys.
All right.
Cool. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Nitro.
Since day
So,
one.
Mama Bird.
Nice. There she is. How are you doing, dear?
Doing great.
good to
This
have
is
you.
awesome. This
I
is
know.
a great opportunity for the fans to come in and say goodbye and
I know.
look get excited for
We're
next
not
year.
saying
Not saying
goodbye.
goodbye.
It's like a goodbye for the
now.
summer. It's a. It's
Auf Wiedersehen,
we'll
right?
see
Auf
you in the
Wiedersehen.
fall.
Auf Wiedersehen,
Yeah, Auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah,
We'll see you in
yeah,
the fall.
yeah.
It feels that way though, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
It really
It's-
does.
It's been a really wild year for us. My husband and I went and saw 17 away games this
You
year.
guys are amazing when it
I
comes
don't
to
know where you
travel
got
games.
this time.
I know it's impressive.
Well, we've been blessed with Leonard's ability to use our frequent flyer miles
Attaboy,
and
Leonard.
points for the hotels and all that. So we've been blessed.
Good.
But I got to tell you, when we talk to a lot of the other fans that we meet, we don't know strangers. It's future friends,
Yeah.
even though they root for the other side. But we tell them, we invite them to come here, and they're like, well, can I wear my jersey? And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah, loud and
Yeah.
proud, man.
Absolutely.
Because,
Yep.
and they
100%.
come back and they're like, people here are really nice. And I'm like, yeah, because it opens up a conversation about hockey. And if you wear a different jersey, it's just like, okay, where's this? Who's your
Have you found in those away games that those away fans are as welcoming as we are, or I hope we are?
I would say so. There's always the few that
Someone's got
will
an
say
opinion over
something
there.
dumb.
So
There's always a few. There's
Yeah.
always a
Yeah.
few.
There's always a few.
there's a
that
few
will
bad apples.
Get booed or
Yep.
whatever. But then I just look like I'm going to run them over with my scooter.
But overall, I think we've
Yeah.
talked and you've said
Yeah.
you guys visited a lot of arenas, and most of them, you take pictures with them.
Yeah.
You take pictures with the mascots.
Yep.
You're interacting. It seems like overall, though, it's a good experience. It's
It
a
is.
healthy, competitive
Right.
sort of thing that happens.
Right. And I like I said, we invite people to come here to the valley, and I'm like, hey, if you want to get out of your cold and come into where it's not a little warmer,
Yeah.
come on down. You
Right.
know?
Nice.
And they're excited because they didn't realize, and there's a lot of opportunities. Plus, I mean, this year was amazing because once Jason and my husband and I met Jason at one game in San Jose, and all I saw was that he had a jersey on. I'm like, hey, Firebird. And he's like,
Yeah.
whoa. And that's how it starts
It
because
is.
then you get to meeting people. And so for those who went to Ontario,
Yeah.
you
That
guys
was so
got,
much fun.
That was amazing. If we could do that to a lot of the away games, especially
Yeah.
ones that are close enough to Bakersfield, San Jose,
Vegas.
Ontario,
yeah,
Henderson,
Ontario, yeah.
maybe Phoenix.
Phoenix, yeah. If you had a party bus,
If they
we do
move
it.
up there, yeah. Are they? Or do we know?
Oh, you don't know, do you?
Are
Tucson?
they staying in
okay.
Tucson?
So they are staying in Tucson, but they are playing 6 games, I believe, at Mullet Arena.
All right. If
So
we
if
are
the
one of those
Firebirds are
games,
one of
I
those
go.
games, I'm just saying.
I go.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
All
We
right.
did that. It's a long drive, but it's okay if you have a lot of people. and
Phoenix
you-
isn't as bad as Tucson.
I know.
Agreed.
Driving to
drive.
Phoenix from here is faster than trying to drive to LA on a holiday weekend. So
Agreed.
I'll
Yep.
take Phoenix all day, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
For sure.
I'm putting a plug out. Anybody that has a plane that sits 20, that would be awesome,
There you
and
go.
they fly. We would love to talk to you. Or if you have a shuttle bus, that's even awesome. But yeah, I mean, more the merrier. It's so exciting because whenever we're in the hallways, in the corridors, we're always like, "Hey, Kraken! Hey, Firebird! Hey, we're
Absolutely.
gonna meet up for a group meeting. And if you see others, let them know. At this location."
So what is this season? What has the Firebirds overall meant to you? I mean, we've met, we've talked, and that seems to be the question because it means something different to all of us.
Yeah.
It's touched us differently. So for you,
Well, for me, it's like because I'm Mama Bird. I want them to know that even though I'm in a crowd and I may be by myself, I'm gonna scream when there's a dead spot. And people have told me, "Hey, we just heard you." And that was great. I mean, I'm up in the rafters most of the time
Yep.
because that's where
Yep.
ADA is usually.
Yep.
But I've been blessed by getting some on the ice. I'm like, I envy you guys a little bit because
We
you
have fun
guys
down
get
there.
right by the team, which is really cool. But
Yeah.
we were at the penalty box and from the other team at Abbotsford. And by the way, that's a good place to go if you guys want to go because you can fly to Bellingham. Bellingham, just take a little rental car over, and you're there.
Okay.
And
Hey, Bellingham,
so-
where's that?
Hey,
No, where's
let's
Bellingham?
take over
you mean
Canada.
Bellingham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Washington,
Abbotsford,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just go to Florida. Yeah, you just go up to Bellingham, fly up to Bellingham,
There-
get a
Bellingham.
rent-a-car, drive over,
And
And
then
you're
there you
there.
go. Yeah, you're there.
and we can
That's
take
like
over that
the
place.
fifth Washington reference for you, man.
It's not even my birthday yet.
Not even your
Yeah.
birthday.
Not even my birthday yet. We're
And you
still a
know
month
how-
out.
Yeah.
It was
You
great.
know how many Seattle Krakens we saw there?
Yes.
There was a ton because
Yeah,
they're
you
like,
will.
oh, this is
They
easy.
travel. Yeah, they
they'll
travel well.
travel.
100%.
So,
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, we're
Well,
all-
we appreciate you. We appreciate you at
we
the
do.
arena.
Thank
Your
you.
presence
The
out there,
energy.
Leonard. We appreciate you too. And he's the quiet one. We know that.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, for you to be out there and interacting, and I know the kids love you, and I know you love them back, and the
Yeah.
boys and all that. So we just
I-
appreciate you.
I try to be just, hey, if you see me and you want a picture, just
Heck
let
yeah.
me know. Yeah,
Heck
I'm here.
yeah. We know how to find you.
And that's what's cool
Love it.
about you guys too. You guys are approachable. So is Jason.
Oh, yeah. He's
I mean,
been
that's
great.
just been wonderful.
I'm just a fan
We're
like
just
you. I'm
people.
not,
Try
yeah.
not to cry here, guys. Come on.
But we love you, Jason.
Right, and
you
it's-
better not
Yeah.
go anywhere because we're gonna hunt you down.
Yeah. Well, we've
Yeah.
only got a few months, and we're back
Yeah.
at this again.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
Back
not
at it.
goodbye.
No, it's
I know
not.
it's
No,
not
we're just
goodbye.
putting a nice
Feed
little
it.
bow.
Yeah.
That's what this is, a nice
Yeah,
bow
And
on the
that's-
season.
And see, we just had Nitro up here, and so her season's still going. So if you guys want to,
Yeah, we
Yep.
got to support these guys. I
yeah,
love
we
that.
do need to support them.
Yeah, I
because
might,
they're
I might
doing
have to
awesome.
bug you and yell from the rafters or something.
Oh, let's go. I'll
Every
go.
time they
Let's
score
go.
a goal.
and be obnoxious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I was trying to get the kids all rallied up because there's a lot of kids that are from the parents that are playing.
Love it.
And I'm like, hey, let's do it.
Yeah,
do
you
it.
know what that is for me?
Right.
You know what that's called? Practice.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
That's true.
Well, thanks
All right.
again. I
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks
it.
for
All right,
coming
thank
up.
you guys.
All right.
All right, we'll see
Thanks,
you next
Albert.
season.
Christian,
Very
you want
good.
to come up and
Mama Bird.
Here.
My name's Christian.
You were right in the middle, right?
Right in
right
there,
there.
buddy.
There we go.
I know this guy.
Nice shirt.
I met them.
Thanks.
Yeah, him and his
Fuego's
mom.
birthday, yeah.
You and your mom are avid Firebird fans.
I would say my mom is probably the bigger
Shout out,
Firebird
Mama.
than Nelly.
Hi, Mama.
Yeah, she's huge. I'm born and raised here. I'm a desert rat, and never would I ever have thought that I would have a hockey team.
Love
you
it.
know, and the Firebirds is just, it's been awesome. You know what I mean? This year was our first year as season ticket holders, so I did the count. We did 45 games. That's including preseason, regular season, postseason, and away games.
Love
and,
it. Yeah, you guys are dedicated. You're on fire.
At one point, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, "Oh, I'm a little tired. I'm ready for
That's
this
it.
to wrap it up."
What about the experience though makes you so committed? What do you love so much about it?
I just think it's the intensity. I mean, I'm a huge sports fan. I mean, I'm Latino. I grew up with soccer, but I also love football, college football. But it's just something about just the speed and the skill and the fact that it's a little piece of rubber that you have to try and get into a net and block it at the same time.
It
and,
looks like it should be so easy, but man, it's not.
Yeah, it's not. And it's, I don't know. It's just, I mean, I grew up with like some hockey. I mean, I did grow up with the Mighty Ducks. I mean, Bash Brothers, Knuckle Puck, all that stuff. But like to actually go to a game, our first game was January of 2023.
Okay.
It was a 4-0 thrashing of the Kudas. And so we started like a one game a month, and then February was the one, and then eventually one became 2, and then 3, and then postseason came, and I mean, we were there till the bitter end.
Yep.
And even that, like, my mom did not talk to me about that game for like about a week.
Yeah.
She was devastated, as were many, obviously, but
Sure.
her who, I mean, she kind of just always went along with whatever me and my brother were into. But
she's a real fan.
She
Love that.
loves.
I
She's
love
a
that.
real
she
fan.
Is like,
Where are your seats now?
103, section 103.
Oh,
row
you're right
X.
there, next
yeah,
door
we're-
neighbors.
yeah,
Yeah.
right to your guys' left.
Right
So
in the
we
corner.
see you guys
Perfect.
all the time. We see the glass tap all the time. So it's like,
And we, you came down, so you sat right behind us in our section at the Ontario game.
yeah.
And we were all there, and your mom was there.
Yeah.
So that picture that the Desert Sun took of us, she is right
She's in
between
the-
us.
Oh, I love
with
that.
her
Yeah, that's
scarf,
her.
man.
I love
And
that.
she's,
Yeah,
giving it to him.
and she sent that to me like 3 times.
It was the
I was
best.
like, I get it.
loved it. Yeah, she was letting him
Uh,
have it, and she was so happy with that, and I'm glad that
yeah,
they
and
captured
she's-
that moment
Yeah,
for her.
she was born in Guatemala. She came over, and so for her to be able to see something like that and experience that, and I mean, at some points,
And
like
be part of something, right?
exactly, yeah. It's just like the way I see it is like the unity that it's created after a very rough patch in our country, like the last couple of years. So much disunity. And just to see this valley come together and
100%.
support a team, and man, 2 years, bro, it's like, it's crazy how far we've gone, and I'm excited for next year. You know, just for the record, I mean, Steska is my guy this year, but I mean, I'm a Joey. Both jerseys have Decord on the back. I mean, I love Driegs. I'm
Whoever's
bummed.
between the pipes is my guy.
Yeah,
right?
whoever's the netminder, especially because he'll be on our side at one period, and I'm super excited. McCormick is back. He was probably the one guy I did want to come back just because he really exemplified the leadership, and he showed it on the ice.
So fun to watch,
You know?
too.
And
He
so we love it. I mean, we love you guys. We
Yeah, I love
enjoy
that.
the show, and we're looking forward to next year. And like I said, my mom is just, it brings me joy to see her with her flag. At one point, she's like running up and down the aisle,
Love
and there's
that.
nobody there next to
Love
us.
that.
And she loves Fuego, and it just brings me joy to see her.
How old's your mom? I know we're not supposed to talk about that, but
She, I believe, just in April turned.
I believe.
I'm not.
how old?
We don't
We can
talk,
edit this
we
out.
don't
you know
talk
what I mean?
about that,
I
Bruno.
know,
Yeah.
but I believe she turned 65 in April.
Wow,
so.
yeah.
Oh,
She's
outstanding.
so
And
enthusiastic.
she is, yeah. That Ontario game, like
That was
she was
fun.
on fire, like.
Loved it.
And I'm just sitting there in the picture in the background, like I'm like, oh, I'll wait till it's over, then I'll cheer. But she's there, like sometimes when, I mean, these Hershey games, like we were down and then we'd score, and she'd just be like hitting me on the back, like I told you. So she's a huge fan, and we're just thankful just to have this here, and to be able to enjoy that as. I mean, she's a single mom. It's been me and her forever.
Love
So to
that.
have that, it's our moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We show up early. We do a quick little lap. We get our food. We sit there, warm ups, and then puck drop, and then we talk about it on the way home. And
Oh,
and then
man.
she's just ready for the next game. And I mean, we love you, El Capitan. every time you just hear her El Capitan like all the time. So as a representative of the Latino community, we thank you for that.
Job, brother. Yeah.
So thank you so much for
somebody has to,
right. We love Dia de los Muertos. We hope that that's something that continues. Some kind of Hispanic heritage.
Absolutely.
It has to.
Absolutely.
And so we love it. We love it. We love the Firebirds. We love the organization. We look forward to as many more years as we can do this. And we look forward to getting to know you guys even more and everybody else out there.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was a great year. It's a great year. Looking forward to year 3.
I couldn't say better.
Yeah,
Thanks,
so
better.
Cool. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Take that back to our producer back there. Yeah, I don't think we'll need that again.
The grand finale.
Well, and I think we're kind of getting ready to land the plane.
Let's wrap it up, but let's what are your final thoughts? What are your final thoughts?
I'm gonna piggyback with, okay. That was kind of a goal, was to like bring everyone together, bring all kinds of communities together.
Yeah.
Look where we're at. Look at us. Like who would have seen this a couple of years ago?
No way.
Seriously.
Agreed.
This is the best. Well, it's one of the best possible outcomes that you could have out of having the Firebirds born in this valley, and they're flourishing. And we're just getting started. This is only season 2.
Yeah,
it
feels like we've been around 10 years.
Started.
It's amazing. I love it.
And look, the family's only going to grow, right? The fan base is only going to grow. It's only going, knock on wood, to get better.
Well, like Ryan was saying, he's bringing his 7-year-old daughter. Like most people, they're bringing their kids who have never been exposed. There wouldn't have been an opportunity.
Yeah.
We're not driving to L.A. We're not
actually. I'll bring up something else that we hadn't talked about yet.
Okay.
The One Valley Foundation does a great job all around, and they're building all kinds of like outdoor rinks.
Oh wow!
For all the kids.
Don't tell me like hockey's not going to be like the number one.
Massive.
I mean, it's incredible. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if hockey becomes like one of the biggest things around here.
I agree.
We got the Iceplex, outdoor rinks are being built.
Man.
Kids are already like.
I don't know how that works, but. You just use them in the winter time? You just
during the school year, during like November, December, January, February, on their rollerblades. Because I played a lot of roller hockey. Just get out there, get like a stick.
Turns out you can't hockey stop in rollerblades.
Get a stick from the thrift store. That was my trick.
Yeah.
Was to get a stick from the thrift store for like $3-4 because poor Mexican.
Jeez. Okay.
So get like some cheap sticks. Get some cheap blades and just go out there and play. And, just seeing that
just have
happening.
Fun.
It's going to be so good to see how many kids are going to fall in love with hockey over the next few seasons.
Well, we're going to have pros coming out of the valley. It's going to be amazing. Pros are coming out of this valley. There's a generation.
Austin Matthews came out of Arizona.
I think Little Riker is going to be the first pro we have coming out of the valley.
He's working hard out there.
20 years. We're going to have someone at the NHL draft.
I agree.
From the Coachella Valley. That's PWHL.
Less than 20 years.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
So it
could be like 10, 11 years.
10, 12 years from now.
Just seeing the growth is phenomenal.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I love that.
Me too. What is your takeaway? I'm putting it on you today.
My takeaway is the same as it always is, and that is utter and complete, unmitigated gratitude. I am so grateful for what this team, and I'm going to be selfish for a second, what it's given me, right?
Yeah.
I forget who it was. It's Jim said it gave him purpose. And if you just think about it in a vacuum, that sounds kind of silly. What's a fucking hockey team give you purpose? It genuinely does. And it's being part of the whole thing, being a part of you and us and all this stuff. Yeah. That's the purpose. Being together is the purpose. And you can't put a price on that. So I think that will forever be, my thing.
Yeah.
That's strong.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for every game night that I get to interact with, a lot of the fans. Like my pregame rituals that I do is I go out on the ice, I bang the glass, I say nitro there, banging the glass. And I just love having those interactions with folks because, the fans have been awesome. And also for me, like getting to interact with everyone that I work with. Like we've all become a family. Like we have a group chat, and we're like such a family that
you have a pretty cool crew.
Like we're still like very active on the group chat, and just getting to have those guys as like a second family is just tremendous. Like everyone up in the booth, Ron right there, the promo crew, have been like super awesome. And I'll even shout out like one of them, G, who just got married this year. a bunch of us came out to G's wedding, and like, yeah, I teared up a little bit during that, and it was just, it made me realize how much of a family we've all become.
That's so cool.
So, get to see those guys, and like everyone in the office, like I'll hand fist everyone in the office, and just such a great crew to be around.
I love that.
From the broadcasters all the way up to the top. Gina's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
everybody around there has been like so welcoming since I started there, and I'm just very grateful for everything.
And the ride is just beginning.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think my takeaway, obviously we've now 2 seasons under our belts. Like everybody else, I made a new friend. As you get older, you don't make friends. It just there's a reality around that. I think Jim touched on it a little bit. We all kind of echo the same thing. I've met these amazing people through a shared experience. I mean, honestly, dude, I'm not going to get emotional. I swear I'm not.
Don't you do it.
I won't do it.
Don't you do it.
But I consider you a really close friend, and if it wasn't
Word.
for this team, I know your heart, and if it wasn't, I would have never known this man sitting across from me.
What a waste that would have been, wouldn't it?
Yes, you're hilarious. You're amazing.
For each of us, for us not to know each other.
I know, but it's true.
It was meant to be.
And we have that shared experience. I know these guys out here have that shared experience, and I think also just we get to forget about like all the extra stuff for 3 hours. We show up. We get to wear our jerseys. We're not the people. We're not our careers. We're not parents. We're just all the same there to
We're
have
just
fun.
one valley.
We're just one valley, coming together, hanging out, and we fist bump each other. We hug each other. We're there for the same reasons. For 3-4 hours, we get to just be kids and have fun. So that for me, I'm a big kid. My Peter Pan complex will never go away, and I get to find I found a place, or a place was created. Sometimes it was created for me. But I get to go and just be me and have a good time for a few hours.
It's our Neverland, right?
It is. It's for me my happy place, because we just get to be kids and have fun.
Sure.
So I appreciate
100%.
you.
No, I love you, man.
Definitely appreciate you. I love you too.
Aw.
You've been amazing, and I could not have thought a better way to bookend the show. I mean, guest one where
To
are
guest
we?
one.
20,
I
25,
lost it.
27,
26.
I don't
Yeah.
even know. So it doesn't even matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
And I've done 900 lockdowns. Oh my God.
900. I told my wife that. She freaked out. It's like, no way.
Yeah.
So we are just a drop in a bucket
Just
of what we're
drop
doing.
in a bucket. So
Yes.
you took us into the season.
I did.
Now take us out of the season.
All right, first off, I got to do the whole thing. Firebirds goal! What number would you be? 12. Scored by number 12, Kyle Garman.
That's solid. Number 11. Go ahead.
And number 11, David Gibbons. I think I need to record a new outro for the
I
next
think so.
season
I
of
think
Firebirds
so.
Fan Zone. I'm
I
just
think
saying.
we're going to do that this
Yeah.
week. Next week.
Yeah, got to.
Right on.
Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody
Yeah.
coming out. I appreciate the Desert Beer Company
Yep.
for hosting
Desert
us.
Beer
This was
Company
like
for sure.
TJ. The food was amazing.
Yep.
Ryan, you're amazing.
Look at these Firebirds decorations
love it.
here. Come on.
So I
And
guess
then how about one last shout out to the Firebirds organization.
yes,
For
thank
being
you guys
so
much.
gracious and so generous and so kind.
They've been so good to us.
We appreciate
We're
you.
spoiled.
We're
And
spoiled.
hopefully
Yeah.
we get to come back and do it again next season.
From your mouth to God's ears.
I hope so.
All right.
There you
Yeah.
go. Can we get a Go Birds?
Go Birds.
Give me your best. We got to have a good outro for.
Oh, how about we got the room full. Let's do a Let's Go Firebirds.
Let's go Firebirds.
Ready?
So we have to do the Let's Go Firebirds.
Yeah. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Let's go Firebirds!
Let's go Firebirds!
Let's go Firebirds! One more. Let's go Firebirds!
All
Hey,
right.
hey!
Beautiful. All right, guys, that's it. We will see you
guys
next
so
season.
much. We appreciate you.
And finally, this is your public address announcer, Jason Hernandez, saying have a great rest of your night. Please drive home safely. And Firebirds fans, stay fired up! We will see you next season.
See? Now that was fun. If you've enjoyed this episode of the Firebirds Fan Zone, please remember to hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect time. Those likes and subscribes help other Firebirds fans like you find the show so they too can get in on the fun. Till next time, go Birds!